क्या बोलती पब्लिक। पता है आज अपन फटे लेट है, फटे। अपन पूरे एक मैप लेट आज, एक मैप समझते, एक मैप ए, तो अपन पहले बुला दे लोगों को, पहले लोगों को बुलाते हैं, पहले लोगों को बुलाते हैं, पहले लोगों को बुलाते हैं, पहले लोगों को बुलाते हैं। आ जाओ, आ जाओ भैंस की टैट, दंगे करेंगे। Fuck that shit, fuck that shit. अपन सेकेंड मैप कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट नावी लीड पे जीत चुकी है 1-0 से। आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रहा? अच्छा मैं बंद किया। ए ए असली में नो कैप, B2 में जंगली में नो कैप। इनकी पहले से जली थी, मेरा लेवल है ऊपर। इनकी पहले से जली थी, मेरा लेवल है ऊपर है, आ रहा। रुक जाओ, बैटरी बैटरी बैटरी। आई एम द हंटर। क्या जेसीबी हग रहा है? बहुत जेसीबी, जेसीबी हग रहा था। जेसीबी नहीं पता जो काटा वो हो गए टाइम। सेन तारिक, सेन तारिक, तारिक को 80 के दिख रहे भाई आज। आज सेंटिनल मतलब सेंटिनल और फनेटिक को इतना भाव है। आज 80 के दिख रहे हो, आज सिर्फ 80 के दिख रहे हैं। कल सेंटिनल फनेटिक में 180 के थे, मतलब सोच रहे टीम, टीम का असर पड़ता है भाई। इंसू, इंसू देख इंसू।
plans that got them the win against Liquid, not leaning on the same concrete game plans of the post plans, like you said, because Na'Vi, they're kind of team, they're going to adapt, they're going to throw new stuff at you. CNED's going to run at you with a rifle or an operator, whatever it might be, but they're going to disrupt you like that, and that was the clear difference maker, especially into that second half.
Well, Team Secret, they do have a map to be able to try and turn this around. But before we get into that one, let's take a look at the AIM Lab shoot-around with Jesse Vash. You know, despite
VALORANT जिसका player
losing,
नहीं
Jesse
सुने
still had a really, really good match.
Yeah, he's looked
VALORANT
weirdly like the best player on the team. And I don't think that that was the case when we've seen him at previous events. But the level up here at Lock-In is really impressive.
93%
I think he's definitely taken it in the Battle of the Boomers so far. Angel had a good performance too, but I don't think the Cypher was the reason that they won. I want to see more from Jesse Vash, but I think he's got it. I think, though, the game plan and IGL element, that's where Angel is really pushing the game ahead here compared to Jesse, and that's where Jesse's going to have to adapt. I don't know, is there like a brain lab? Like AIM Lab and Brain Lab or something?
Yeah, just like a little puzzle game on the DS or something. just throw it on him to keep your mind sharp. But we are going to be heading into Pearl, and you know, just coming off the back of Jesse Vash and watching that guy, he's going to be tested like he's never been before. I think you're going head to head with a battle of the minds, the IGLs, which Angel clearly got the better of him on that Icebox match because they weren't able to make the necessary adjustments, make the necessary adaptations to how Na'Vi were playing. And now you're going into relatively unknown territory as well, because don't get me wrong, you know, the core of this FPX team, previous events, we've seen them play Pearl before, and so they might pull out something different now that they've got this Na'Vi squad, they've got no Iris and now CNED into the team. Yeah. But overall, you know, it's going to be a different test and also potentially the final obstacle. You know, the last chance for Jesse Vash to really bring his team over the finish line.
We're heading into the Prime Gaming agent select now. I know we all want to see CNED on the jet, right? We don't want to kind of, don't play around.
So. I think CNED on the jet, or if they want to run some kind of Sage composition, I actually believe in Na'Vi to have created a crafted strategy around that. Harbor, all right. Pretty cool from Team Secret. I'm hoping they've got something cooked up. I don't know how deep their map pool necessarily goes with these crafted strategies, but I have no issues with the composition itself. I think no duelist comps can really work. However, someone's got to stop CNED from doing CNED.
Double initiator, double controller, Sentinel.
It feels like CNED right now is, again, back on our comfort roll. We've been hitting it time and time again. This guy has just been a menace when he had the operator in his hands on Icebox. Guarantee you we're going to see him upping on this map as well on Pearl. That B-long angle is just fantastic for him.
Yes, also Dubstep's debut on Astra as well. What a time to whip that one out. I can't wait to get into this game and hand this back to your casters, Dark and Bala. What do you make of this?
I don't know, the only real takeaway I have, Sue, is that we're asking, how do you stop CNED? Who stops CNED? I don't know that you stop CNED. I feel like you just try to contain him, but CNED doesn't care.
Minimize.
Nordlish na naman. सोचना तू कितने जन बैठे ट्विच पे सोचना watching सबकी कितनी भयंकर आ रही है.
We might have it. This Harbor, in my opinion, has been super successful here so far at Lock-In on Pearl. And things like this is exactly why. The wall into B-Link, but it doesn't matter. CNED's not stoppable.
There you go.
And he's way in front of it, too. This could give you control of both B-Long and B-Link and give you kind of a false sense of security because you're playing off that turret if you're Sugetsu.
Yeah, but what I do wonder is if the wall is sectioning off the turret. I couldn't tell for a moment.
Oh, yeah, it was. Definitely.
It evaporates.
And Sugetsu can just adjust.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest of deals. But then Harbor adjusts, and then
Sugetsu
goes and goes and goes.
Then, yeah. A little tit for tat all the way through. Speaking of getting all the way through, you see how far up Dubstep has gotten down B-Long.
So they just got their high tide back up right now. Borkum's positioned to help them out. He's going to wall off the backside, but I'm looking here for Angel's dart. He just used it, and I think it insta got broken.
Yeah, and then the knife tagged him, so they know he's backside. Or at least they know he's somewhere in the vicinity. The spam starting to come through, and the spike goes down, but so does Invi.
How many kills have we seen through the smoke for Na'Vi? Still even here, though. 3v4. Secret have a big opportunity
to win another pistol. They've been so good in these situations, but no, this seems like it's all Na'Vi all the way. First round goes in favor of them.
Regardless of the comp, I think a big concern for me coming into this was how is the mental going to be for Team Secret? Because it's situations like this when, again, Icebox, they had such a chance. And it slipped away from them. And honestly, towards the end of the game, it looked like there was no more chances. It looked like they were not finding anything. It looked like they were out of ideas. And so coming into this, is that going to carry over and cause them to lose the idea that they could actually beat Na'Vi?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really hard test on mental because not only do you have what just happened in your rearview mirror, but then you had CNET aggressively swinging out of double doors right off the bat.
Yep.
That's just so difficult to weather. And they've got a beat on them. They're not winning any of the magic things. Jesse was so far up ahead of everyone else there. I'm not really sure what he was trying to do.
I didn't catch which Astra actually recalled that smoke. If it's Shao, I'm just so impressed. But I think that might have been Dubstep.
Yeah.
I think that might have been him trying to get over into the corner, but it was just mistimed. I mean, there's no fight here on this anti-eco at all.
No.
Na'Vi happy to continue to take fights. They've got the spike down now. And the pivot from them, from both sides, even farming an orb, I mean.
It doesn't get much easier than that. Prime Gaming Flawless comes through for Na'Vi. We worried about how Secret would look given Ice Spots, and I know it's only been 2 rounds, but they look uninspired. But again, I have to stress, it is early. There's still time.
I just love that re-clear through Art with everybody there. After they get the first kill on A main, they put down a smoke, and they leave it for a bit. Yes, that gives it timing, but you have to be so ballsy if you're Team Secret to just walk through a smoke like that when a player has just died.
Yep.
So you have extra time there, they group up, and that nets them so many free kills in mid. CNET aggressive, dodge the knife.
Dude, that is CNET will continue to be a problem.
Just ridiculous. This guy went 4 first kills for 1 first death in the first game. 80% success rate is very high.
It seems like he's just picking up right where he left off. Note here, Dubstep has gotten a lot of room to work with A. That's a nice kill.
I think Shao peaks a little ahead of his teammates who are ready to peak with him.
But what is the plan here?
Could have been a bigger engagement, but it's even now, and this high tide is going to give them potentially some space.
Yeah, the problem is they don't have Dubstep for this take. I mean, yeah, he's going to have some of his utility, but even just the absence of a gun.
They're so scared right now. Shock coming in, he spots the cove, he's going to shock again. Zipon's going to have a chance to peek here.
He's patient, though. It's actually Borkum who's going to swing out first. Zipan glad to let him walk into his lap, but Jesse with 2 massive kills. And this is where Dubstep's distance becomes a problem. He's too far away from the play, but he may have gotten the position.
He's making noise.
He may have gotten the timing, but his knife was out.
What is that? What
was that?
Zipon was completely unaware of his position. He was repositioning to go into B-Link to play the post. I mean,
yep.
Was there a lack of time there? Potentially.
Yeah, perhaps he'll felt the urgency and, oh, I'm so far away from the hit. I've got to go. I've got to get there fast. And
dude, what?
That's
what is this
outrageous.
stat? 12 in 1 in first kills to first deaths. That is, I just talked about CNET, but no, let's gush about Zipon.
Yeah,
Holy
bro.
crap.
We're talking about the wrong guy.
भाई जब ज़ैफन पहली बार जब मरता ना,
but even in that, you see the strength of a team like Na'Vi. You can talk about all of them.
12-0, 11-0 ही है मतलब वो.
Jesse Vash, still having
Jesse
such an impact. The
बहुत मार रहा
death
है
touched on him. He might be their best player, and I think 100%.
Yep.
He is their best player. And he's not playing the primary role we normally see him on. He's playing the Fade. And on this map, honestly, Fade has kind of fallen out of favor in a lot of teams. Because of the long prowler distances getting nerfed. Got the Reckoning here for Harbor, for Borkum. This can clear out the site.
This was a nice spot by
Dart and peek here from CNET. He's going to swing. Oh, they break it instantly, and he just has discipline.
He has the op, and he has a Vandal right at his feet, so he's able to drop a pot shot and then perhaps relocate. There he goes. Instantly switches over to having the Vandal. The Reckoning is going to try to clear out the site, create chaos.
CNET danced,
On
didn't
B.
get stunned at all.
No. Borkum swinging, and Borkum winning. Now they got the Nightfall too, but Borkum continues to push the matter.
Thirsty baby, thirsty. वो भी flawless.
I mean, it may come a couple of rounds too late, but it seems like Secret, at least for this round, have equalized.
I mean, they just flipped the script. That was a beautiful take. That was a beautiful combination of utility in the back of sight. CNET had no room to work. And eventually, that pressure causes him to crumble. He even still had the right play, but
Yeah.
when you put so much pressure, even on a diamond like CNET, you can see it can crumble.
A gun out of hands of Dubstep, but a thrifty round win for Secret nonetheless.
Borkum is a key, I think, as well. On Icebox, those first couple of rounds for him were so huge that he had Viper ult twice within the first 5, I believe.
Yeah.
And then after that, it all disappeared. Here he is again with an ult, round 4, mind you, it's not that early, but they have strategies around it.
Yes.
There was a KO nade that went in front of CNET, and then there was the pulses of the reckoning on both sides.
असली में no cap.
Couple of pings early on. The Haunt not finding anything. The Knife doesn't either.
Oh, that's such a cool haunt, though. It lands in the other window,
Yeah.
so it clears both a main push and inside of art. That's really nice.
That's really nice.
Interesting here how they'll choose to read this, because a drone and aggression down B long would suggest that it's CNET who's following up shortly thereafter, as he's done time and time again.
Yeah, you're right.
But this time it's just Angel.
And the funny part is they're using utility as if it was CNET.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
They're trying to clear out not only the op, but
And that's what you don't expect, right?
Well,
Navi's trying to conceal where the op is, where CNET is, and then you get popped from the other side of the map. Again, nuance.
yeah. And it gives Angel a chance to fall back, by the way, too, because they're using that utility and being more cautious, because CNET, if they can just force a dash out, then he's getting away anyways.
Invi with a sidestep. Zip in, jump spotting. And he hears that, but will the timing work in his favor?
30 seconds left.
Not able to land the shots, not able to react quickly enough. And now position betrayed.
Shav's already watching the sewers flank.
Yep.
They've got CNET with the op, nothing to block him off. They've got to save here, 12 seconds.
Yeah. Navi have a chokehold on this round. A chokehold on the map. And it's really concerning that we're seeing some of this really cool stuff out of Navi so early.
Yeah.
And Secret, again, with the exception of that one round, which was nice, they had a plan, but it was based around ultimates, right? Like, and if that's all you can rely on,
Yep.
you're not gonna have enough success.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
just statistically doesn't work.
And hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I've seen so much more cool stuff from Navi in this map.
Yeah, 1000%.
With this comp too.
Yep.
Angel's got his Hunter's Fury right now. They've swapped Sugetsu over towards this B site. And a lot of times, the idea here is Angel will fall back and they'll play with a grav well up at the top of B link and the alarm bot to trigger that. And if you end up going in there, you are a dead man.
Interesting wall here from Harbor to deny not only B main aggression, but then also
What
the
a
op.
joke.
That's
Oh.
where CNET's playing.
Angel just missed that.
Yep.
CNET gets marked up, so they have to leave the setup. They were posting him up on such a good angle.
The question is, do Secret push into that, knowing that that's where the op is, knowing that's where CNET is? They use a Prowler to push him off the angle, and they succeed. Art control theirs as well. A really nice flash, but a better turn from Angel.
Imagine for Angel.
Zip on challenges though, and he loses his life right now. They're relying on Shao's smoke to stay up for CNET to work his magic in art, but it's a little too late.
He's still there. He still hasn't been taken care of in the Cove to try to provide some cover. Shao pushes through it, lands the shots onto Borkum. The peak just a little too early. And now Shao finding comfort in the Cove.
That Cove is giving them space to actually get out of flowers right now. Shao
Yep.
doesn't take the opportunity.
Oh my gosh. He's got the blades too. Time to reload as Sugetsu tries to go aggressive, not able to land the shots. CNET does land it with that knife. A pretty one at that.
Jesse Vash is going for a flank. They might not have time for this. The wall as well. Yes, the suck is going off, but
No body block.
can they get into this?
I don't know if they can. Xiao gonna attempt to get it to happen. Cena is gonna be sacrificial. He's gonna go forward. A 1v1 left. Jesse's so weak. Timeout on his side, and Xiao pushes it.
Again and again, man. He is too solid. You just never, ever, ever expect the round to be over when Xiao's alive. I don't care what the situation is. But props to CNED too. He did all he could. I really like what he did in the final moments here. Yes, he gets killed by dubstep, but the way he smokes out of there and gets a step in front of that wall, gives him the information. Are they close or are they far? That sort of thing makes all the difference for Xiao.
He's currently on a 10-1 start, by the way. We've talked about Zipan, we've talked about CNED, we've talked about Angel for good reason. I mean, this just feels like such a complete team. For it to be this early in the season too, that's a scary thought.
There's a moment there too, inside of Art. Hard to recall exactly, but bring your mind back to Zipan jiggling that push from Art coming out. He saw somebody and he laughed. He laughed. He flashed for Angel. Angel gets one. Then he swings and dies. But it's that type of thing that I see, and I see how comfortable Na'Vi is. Just fully confident. Yes, the beginning of Icebox was a little rough, but I think you can, especially a team like Experience with Na'Vi, you just brush off those clutches.
Oh, 1000%.
They could go your way.
You're slowly hearing Bala fall out of love with Liquid and in love with Na'Vi.
I mean, if you've been listening, you know I've been in love with this team already. I'm trying to fall in love with Team Secret here too. But unfortunately.
What? I mean, come on, man.
Any other team, any other day, and they might have a chance.
You're just running into a full force, all cylinders running, Na'Vi, and that's a terrifying sight. CNED went for it all there, not able to capitalize. But surely again,
the flash from Zipan. He's throwing that for B-Link. He's throwing it while the drone is going. So your focus is completely on trying to dodge the drone or break the drone. And so you're blind. What can you do? What can you do? What can you do?
Nothing at all. And I'm sure Secret are asking themselves the same question, man.
I mean, this is just ridiculous.
The dart didn't even tag. Like, there was no dart tag. There was no drone tag. That was just, it was free, man. It was free. It was a gift. And the exasperation, you can see it on their faces. Despondent, because you're right. What do you do?
Same setup for Angel, but this time he's actually baiting for CNED, which is just ridiculous.
It's a dangerous game you play.
Jesse Vash the one to take that too, and him and Borkum are the guys I think right now that need this. Turret spots.
Invy's close. Oh, Envy spotted. And it's just spam. There's really not a ton of utility here for Secret to be able to win this.
Look at that
fight.
smoke from Xiao. Look at that smoke on top of the box in the middle of there. Just provides such an easy one-way.
And it was there the entire time too. The setup was already planted.
Well, it was off the turret that it sprung too.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that was coming, and I'm still shook. Borkum is too. Wait, did he get hit from that?
I think he did. Yeah.
Observer's turned off the X-ray, and I didn't even notice because I'm watching CNED, and it looks like he has wall hacks anyways.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
This is deflating.
Yes, it is.
This is starting to be really, really deflating.
Yeah.
After such a solid attempt on Icebox. And I can't even blame Secret either. Like I said, any other day, any other team.
They're just so complete, man. They're so complete.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate is ready.
You watch games like this, and I think people who were doubting Na'Vi at the beginning of this tournament saying, yeah, they're good, but are they still going to be the best? Are remembering what they did last year.
Yep.
And then looking at CNET and his performance right now, and honestly, I bet you a lot of people are saying, okay, how many tournaments can you win this year?
Yeah.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves in this stomp, of course, but there's not much to talk about when they're frying this hard. And you just have to look to the future. Insta KJ ult. Can you even plant? They're going for it with their own KJ ult.
Yeah.
Angel's got his ult out, though. It's going to break attacks, too!
Oh my gosh. He may even get a, yep, he gets another tag.
They did get Jeremy into B-Link. He broke their own lockdown, so this is still a really good round from Secret. They have a chance.
Yeah, the Cosmic Divide's providing some cover too, but now Angel swings through. 4v4 here. They still have the Reckoning too for Borkum.
Yeah, Dart here, though. Could easily give him the space. I'm looking at Dubstep as well, going on this long flank once again.
Ultimate intended to create chaos and to draw a little bit of information on where the remaining members of Na'Vi are.
That wall just lasts forever, though.
The alarm bot? The alarm bot. Oh! Needed to lane that shot. But a 3v3 here.
They still got one more star here to smoke the spike if they need to, but there's still even a grab well for Borkum.
Sugetsu going aggressive. Borkum's able to land the shots. You got Invi playing on the other side of the pillar. It seems like Secret have been able to secure this one.
Huge. But they just used 4 ults. Oh, hey, it doesn't matter. Hey, it doesn't matter.
No, but I want to go back to what you just said because I think it is reminiscent of the conversation we had previously. They're winning rounds when they can invest and chain together a lot of ultimates.
Yeah.
But that seems to be their only window.
Yeah, they used all but Jesse Vashis, who's on a separate cycle from them. And even when their cycles are synced, you see what happens.
Yeah.
It takes them all, and it's still relatively scary.
Yeah.
And sure, it was more clean. Don't get me wrong. 3 players survive. You should be very happy with that round. Let's see what they can do. Still a chance, still time, still room to bring this back in.
Very similar look here. The Prowler's going to clear out Cubby. Angel once again spamming through. Returning to the scene of the crime. That dart is going to hurt. But he tucks tail, he runs away. Lives to fight a little bit longer. Dude, Angel's just...
Cove's going down. Sugetsu has a chance. Yeah, he gets the kill.
It's just so dumb, bro.
This is what happens. It's a repeat.
Yep.
We've seen this before.
And remember, it was on Icebox. These 4v2 situations is where the magic would come to life for Secret, but it just seems like that has not been a factor in this map.
KO need to push him off too. CNET's just trained on the angle. It's starting.
Yeah, this is utter obliteration.
It's starting. Angel go kill is starting. There was so much energy in this room for Icebox.
Yes, there was.
So much energy, excitement, that we had a close game on our hands. This is what I was worried about. And again, I don't even think what I said came true about Team Secret not having the wherewithal to recover from that. I think they probably are recovering just fine. It's just a matter of the players they face.
See what they do here. Round 11, a decent spotty buy for Secret. As Cena trying to control the middle of the map. The wall goes down, but they're able to farm the orb anyway.
The B-side has been the successful point for them. He's flashed by Zipon again, but Sugetsu's not able to follow up. Look at this from Dubstep.
That's a big kill.
The timing just not quite there.
Yeah, Dubstep falls on the other side of the map. Now Zipin has shown up. Shao here. Angel's here. Excuse me, Shao just rotating over. Jesse Dash trying to play this close angle. He was only able to get one.
Borkum swing! Where's the swing? He can trade that.
And the thing is, now all of the rotations have arrived. There's still the op in the hands of CNED. And Envy has a turret. He has a sheriff. And he's got a 1v1! Magic strikes again! Now note, the Reckoning is back online. The Nightfall is back online as well.
Na'Vi might be due for a reckoning.
You see a little love out from Angel. Real recognize real, man. I'd tip a hat to that too.
Hey, we got the energy back into this building immediately. That's the type of round that'll bring you so much motivation, so much momentum.
It's a spark. It's a spark.
You gotta have the fuel though.
Yep. And again, that fuel very well may come in the name of a Reckoning and a Nightfall. Again, the challenge.
Yeah, he can't get away this time. Look, they know it's Angel.
Yep. The recall.
Yep.
Angel falls.
Last time, remember, there was a cascade. Angel had all the chance in the world to fall back. This time, they recognize it's him and they push the pace. I love that from them.
Envy's ult used. 2 still to go. Sugetsu finding a pocket there, and surely they know.
Surely he doesn't stay. No, he falls back.
The Nightfall confirming that there's no one in that pocket.
Borkum still has his ult.
Yep. They got the Cove to provide some cover as the spike goes down. Oh, one going back. 4v3 here, now the Reckoning invested. Envy trying to get a little bit more than he bargained for. As it's now a 3v3.
The control here is way too strong. And now they can fall back. Now they can play the post. Dubstep's position way isolated though.
Jesse Vash is so far away. The timing is everything. Borkum falls. Jesse Vash now getting there. The tap, it may be too much. Dubstep in this 1v3, and no, he cannot do it. Even with the ults, 3 that they had at their disposal, they're not able to convert it. And it's a 9-3 half in favor of Na'Vi. We'll take a look at that one more time.
POV at the end there, because he just barely gets out the grab well. These are long-range shots, not easy. Look, he's getting out, and
So
it's a
clean.
flick too. It's just
So
ridiculous.
Clean. The aim is steady, the combo is clean, the calls are immaculate, and it's a 9-3 lead for Na'Vi. Curse, blessing, is yet to be decided. Yinsu, take it away.
You can
It's a solo drone in round 5 where he pushes all the way up here by himself. Now, if you're Secret, you watch this and you're like, oh, a drone, they're pushing somebody else into this position. Angel then solo pushes up by himself, just instinctually fires into this, but this makes Secret react to this and say, okay, well, they must be playing B with lots of people, but no, they've still got 2 players on A side locking it down. Cina's there with the operator to lock it down, and that's a call that's made that's reliant on your opponents being competent, honestly, because you just know the call that call only comes out if they're starting to read that and seeing that solo drone play, meaning there's a big presence towards B main and reacting off of that effectively. But it's layers on layers from Na'Vi where they're just really outplaying them.
Yeah, I think they've got some great defensive protocols in general on this map. It's clear that they've put a lot of time in. But one player I want to highlight who's just been going crazy this whole series is Xiao. He's been a beast. He's 13-3 right now. In the previous map, he went 20-8, and he went 11-1 against Borkum and Dubstep. But that was on Icebox. Now here, he's still going nuts. He was winning 1v1s left, right, and center, 1v2s. He's just been nasty in the clutch, and he's always alive for it.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has just been so consistent so far. Again, that kind of expectation that we have on him, that he's going to be consistent in the clutch. I love it as well. He's playing the Astra, playing it pretty well. Still just being that final
dig a little bit deeper, Josh, because if they don't have anything else, they will be going home. Doug and Bala, we don't want to see that just yet, do we?
I don't know. I mean, Na'Vi are a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, but we could potentially get a 3rd map, man. That's what she's hinting at. No, we don't want to see the team go home. It's been a lot of fun watching this tournament and Team Secret in the Omega bracket here. But yeah, no. I think this is going to be such an uphill battle.
Oh, yeah.
That I have never seen. And hey, this might be the biggest curse of all time. I have never seen Na'Vi look this good and throw a lead like this.
Bro, why would you say that?
Just saying. Just
Why
saying.
would you say that? Look at how far up CNET is. Look at how far up CNET is. He's all the way backside.
How did the turret not spot him?
There's just chaos right now.
Oh, was there a... Oh, my goodness. Wait, what?
They know,
Yeah,
bro. That may have been a bit too much. But either way, even with CNET making that aggressive play towards B, you've got Chow, who's already gotten 3 on the round today. Spike's going to go down. And because of the attention that was drawn by CNET, the rotations are going to show up late. Sugetsu, a little bit too much challenge before him. Still a 3v2 in favor of Na'Vi.
And Angel's reflanking this.
Yeah.
Like, they have the bead.
Yep, the timing for Angel.
Look how far back they are as well. Not worried about...
Angel
push.
falls. Zipan's able to get one, though. You got to be careful. These two members are weak. They're going to have to swing them out. Ooh. 4 on the round for Xiao. And Na'Vi get to 10.
That's a 4K for Shout. Like you said, the Des was just talking about how this guy is such a highlight for this team.
Dude, he's 17 and 3.
Yeah, in 14 rounds. 3 deaths is just ridiculous. I wonder, even in stomps like this, that's still such a ridiculous scoreline.
Oh,
The
it's
deaths in
outrageous.
particular. Because you get that many kills because a lot of times you're in a stomp like this and you're overheating.
Yeah.
You know?
Note here, Secret, feeling the pressure of the situation, they invest. They go for Stingers and Spectres. You see this vintage Na'Vi buy. They maintain the 2 pistols and they invest a little bit more on the rifles.
It's so solid of an idea.
Yeah, it really is.
I think the light armor here, I mean, for the rifles, it's fine. Obviously, you need to spend the money on the rifles, but Angel as well and Sugetsu, both light armor, and they're going up against Stingers here. You pointed it out, Stingers. That could make all the difference. This could very much be a round win for Team Secret. They're able to make the right calls.
They may not know what's on the other side, but you assume here, right, given the deficit the Secret are facing, that they would roll the die a little bit and see if they can get lucky. That's going to help. Zipan's gone. Initiator tools, at least half of the initiator tools you had, no longer viable.
Wow. And rotating around too. This call from Angel, I think, is giving so much time. Still a lot of room for Team Secret to rotate too. They're going to be here in time, well in time. Now, Stingers in the backside, they can run out the smoke. They can flood this with flashes. Jeremy
nice.
doesn't have one though.
Very nice wall out from Borkum to isolate this fight. And Angel not been able to get past it. The plant's got to go down now though. 4 seconds left. They delay it. They just got to stay alive and they've secured the round.
Envy's all the way in sewers. There was no way that was going. That flood through the smoke, that's what I was mentioning. Those Stingers do so much work. When you just run spray out, you can just hold the keys, you're strafe. Glue them down. And that's exactly what they did. I mean, CNET still, what a job to try to keep this back. Good thing there, actually, though, for Na'Vi. Talk about a classic Na'Vi buy situation. They saved two guns there.
Yeah. Also worth noting for Secret, important that they were able to preserve 2 of their own. They did save 2 Spectres from that, or Stingers, excuse me, from the previous round.
And picked up the Phantom of their own, too. So this is the 3rd round of the second half, but the buy situation is so chaotic.
It really is.
Normally, Na'Vi would be dead broke here.
CNED's almost dead. Took some spam there down to 4 HP. You've seen this from Na'Vi, and they're just so versatile on the attacking side. Excuse me. They can slow things down. They can speed them up.
Yep.
You got Angel who can go aggressive. You got CNET who can go aggressive.
Oh, I'm just waiting for the dash smoke plays from CNET on the B site when it comes. So much synergy. There's the kill. Angel with the first one again.
This might be the best we've seen Angel play, man. Dubstep with the shock dart in his lab, still takes care of CNET, who, mind you, only had 4 HP. Put that into consideration, but Challenge Zipan able to clean up 2.
Might be a flood here. Zipan ahead of this wall by himself.
Sugetsu gets it down to 1, and Sugetsu cleans it up. Na'Vi at 11.
And that should be economy broken for Team Secret 2.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
unless we see another magical stinger round, and at this point, Navi's economy is so good to withstand that. We're looking at match point here.
Yeah. At this point, it's not magic that's required. It's a bloody miracle. 11-4. Secret on a really broken buy. What do you do?
Just a couple of pistols. First engagements have been tough for this team throughout the entire series.
Absolutely. Oh. Dubset had gone undetected by the drone, but does clear it out. The flash CNET swings around, and just really unfortunate. Combined with the fact that CNET's just frying. And you see the outcome of that. You see the score on your screen.
Last player to find 2. It is match point. It is looking like Na'Vi is going to continue to just do what they did in the first half.
Yep.
And bring it all the way home.
Secret calling a timeout here. 1 round away from elimination. And in these moments, again, you test the depth of your playbook. But you imagine that this is really all done and dusted at this point.
Yeah, I don't even know if the playbook comes into factor anymore.
Sure.
I think you're at this point throwing it all out the window.
Yeah.
Figure something else out. Game plan, composition, mental. All of it right now has been so tested for Team Secret that, like you said, a miracle to come back from. An absolute miracle. The great thing about this map and how much I've enjoyed it is because this is a treat to watch Na'Vi just kind of show so much and at the same time be so electric. And there it is again, Zipan. This guy's been a monster. I don't think I've seen him die first since that stat that popped up, and I bet you he's gotten like 3 or more extra first kills.
Yeah, I mean, if we can get that stat, that would be awesome. Because, yeah, I think you're right.
2 for 1 on this map.
They've already pushed off Borkum. They've pushed off Envy as well.
This is for nothing. They've left the spike in spawn.
It's just free. And off of that, because they get picks on B, they're able to open up the map to really do whatever they want. They have a numbers advantage. They have map control.
And Angel's just waiting here for them to re-clear B-Long.
And he's winning individual 1v1s. Bro, this is, and again, this is the second time we've seen Na'Vi in this situation.
Yep.
Right? Where they can just go for the jugular. They can play with confidence, with perhaps a little bit of recklessness, but it works.
The updraft flash as well, CNED. It's all considered. And it's all but wrapped up here. Jesse Vash, last player remaining, has been the best for Team Secret.
But the best may not be good enough. CNED falls. What can Jesse do? They're playing this so intelligently too, Na'Vi are. They're not giving him individual fights. They're not trying to end the map now.
It's just ridiculous. They're
Yeah.
playing perfect.
They are. And if not perfect, really dang close, man. They got the gravity well. They've got the kill. They've got the series win. Na'Vi look like an unstoppable force right now.
And all led by the evil genius himself, Angel. What a performance. I have to wonder, is this the peak? I have to wonder how much farther can this team push it? Still challenges ahead for them. A whole tournament. But today, they look like that force that you mentioned.
Yep. And a good buyout from Secret, who won over our hearts for a while. They won over the crowd hearts for a while too. You see them getting love, you hear them getting love, but it was just too little. Too little at the end of the day.
It has been such a pleasure watching this team in the 2 matches that we had.
Yeah.
It was such a pleasure watching this match even. That very first game on Icebox, you thought there was a
Versus the
Match found.
Let's go.
Meine Güte, how many spikes do they have anyway? That tech's not cheap.
Turret out. Enemy spotted mid.
Here.
Oh! Enemy spotted A.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
I still can't get over that owl, Sova. It's too cute. Why is it so cute? Placing sentry.
Right here. There they are. Enemy spotted A. Killed my copy.
Spike planted.
Bomb grenade out.
One enemy remaining.
Down.
Reloading. Cutting their vision.
Enemy spotted A.
Reloading.
Was that important?
Reloading. The winds shift in our favor.
Can I get a drop? No. Can I get a drop? No. Placing sentry. Can I get a drop? No. Thanks. Stay out of my home.
Party's over. Enemy spotted B. No charges left. Bomb buddy out. Reloading. One's in attacker spawn.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Snuff out.
One enemy remaining.
Wait for me. Think that's it. My ult's ready.
They don't have a single life worth saving.
Turret out. There.
I'll find them. Revealing area. Take flight.
There. Enemy spotted me.
Enemy.
One down. My ult's ready.
Got one.
Shock dart.
Welcome to my world.
Spike planted.
Go get him. Grenade!
One enemy remaining. Last player standing. Clutch.
Shit. Stay taut as a bowstring. The fight demands it.
Turret out. Let's flush them out. Turret down.
All kitchen.
Found them. Too rich.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Oops. Blocking sight. Is everyone's tech still working? Double check it. Reloading. Placing sentry. Do what you gotta do, Reyna.
Enemy marked. Enemy spotted A. There.
You should fire in the hole!
Spike planted.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Revealing area. Found them. Enemy spotted.
Last player standing.
You say something? Sorry, ear's still ringing.
Turret out. Keep it cool. That's how you survive.
Placing swarm grenade.
Swarm grenade out.
Bomb buddy out. Slow.
Spike planted.
Enemy spotted.
Enemy speed.
Last player standing.
They demand a fight. Who are we to disobey?
Reloading.
We'll bring it back.
Scanning ahead. Take flight. Enemy tag.
Ooh, my ult's ready. Here.
Turrets destroyed.
Reloading.
One enemy remaining. Spike down A.
Spike is A.
Don't throw, don't throw.
Fire in the hole!
Where are we going this time? Remember what worked in the past.
Can I get a drop?
Can I get a drop? Turret out. Track them down. Turrets destroyed. Oh! Need help. Enemy there. Need help. One down.
No charges left.
Welcome to my world.
Right here.
Spike planted.
Neutralized. Scanning ahead. There they are.
No more.
Stealing sight. Cutting their vision.
Constant.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Don't stress if I die. It was great knowing you all. Also, delete my hard drive.
Turret out.
What's this?
Enemy spotted B.
Going B.
Reloading.
Careful here.
Okay. Stealing sight.
Enemy spotted B.
Rotating.
Here.
Mini still in sight. 30 seconds left.
You're just taken out. Initiated. Turret down. Oh.
140.
Spike planted.
Revealing area.
Blocking sight.
Last player standing.
One down, one up.
Everyone makes fun of German efficiency. Ha ha.
Just keep laughing as you use all my gear. Placing sentry. I'm saving. Don't overthink it. That's my job.
Scanning ahead.
Enemy kill.
Deploying drone. Right here.
Turret destroyed. Not here. There. Ray dead.
One enemy remaining.
Here.
Spike down, attacker spawn.
Spike's here.
Here.
I don't like
Last round before the switch.
Get a drop?
Save nothing. Gun here.
Alarm bot. Did I get a drop?
Thanks. Placing sentry.
Need a drop.
Let's start this party.
Thanks.
There. Cutting
Their vision.
Fire in the hole!
Deploying drone. Enemy.
Grenade!
Hi!
You should run.
Turret down.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Run!
Switching sides.
I hate to say it, but probably best to play as a team. Reloading. So, what's the plan?
Reloading.
Find their weakness. Turret out.
Strongest spike.
I got a spike.
Here.
Grenade! I dropped the spike. Enemy spotted mid.
player standing. Spike down A.
They look like us, but are they us? I have so many questions. Guys, come on. The spike.
There.
Reloading.
Enemy spotted A. Enemy spotted A.
There. Enemy spotted B.
Done.
In sight.
I have the spy. Shot down. Silence. Enemy.
30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
The symphony of death. And for real, you get used to it.
Turret out.
Right here.
Time for a field
There.
test. How did we forget the spike?
Scanning ahead.
I have the spike. There.
See ya.
Yikes. Spotted B.
One enemy remaining.
No charges left. My ult. Here.
Reloading.
Here. No charges left.
Revealing area.
Destroyed. Okay, take a break, guys.
If you're not a good shot today, don't worry. There are other ways to be useful.
Here. Here.
There.
Going B.
Placing sentry.
Turn down. Enemy spotted.
Grenade!
Reloading.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
The hunt begins!
Shock dart.
Last player standing.
They want to dance? I'll lead. Placing sentry. And the spike's still in base.
Spike's there.
Welcome to my world.
Grenade!
Take flight.
Last player standing.
Turret down.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out. I'm the last thing they'll see before they die. Lucky them. Reloading.
Turret out. We win. We survive.
Alarm bot out. What's this?
You should run.
Fire in the hole!
Going B.
Here. No charges left. Blocking sight. Blocking sight.
Is down.
Spike down mid. Last player standing.
Got one. Ouch! Satchel out.
They need to bring back the broken classic right.
Satchel out.
Match point.
Woo! We got this.
How did we forget the spike? You're mine right now.
Revealing area.
Grenade!
I am the hunter!
Satchel out.
They will cower.
Down. Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
My ultimate is ready.
Reloading.
Gun here.
There he is.
Reloading.
Enemies close. Eyes up.
Need a drop.
Need a drop.
There.
I got the spike.
Here.
Enemy spotted A.
Placing alarm bot. Here.
Reloading.
Initiated.
Enemy spotted A.
Found one. Down.
Placing swarm grenade.
Reloading.
Area's clear.
Last player standing.
Turret destroyed.
Swarm grenade out. Placing swarm grenade.
Defenders win.
स्किल है इसमें काफी।
Like 90 capacity. It's like IGL going on in the moment, right? In the server. That's why it's so rare to see a fragging IGL player. But King does it all. I mean, the guy is just sublime in every single capacity. It's like he's just maxed out on the traits in like the FIFA Ultimate Team card or something. I don't know. He's just got like 99 on everything.
He doesn't have like, I feel like the normal narratives around the IGL. People are like,
वहाँ पे वो होता रहेगा ना रे कि अगर हंसने नहीं आ रहा तो भी हंसना पड़ता है ना?
Do everything, which I feel like makes sense. So we've got
लोगों ने हाँ
welcome back to Lock-In. Let's get into the second match of the day between Vitality. As you guys can see, to keep it in check. So we've got SK Rossi joining us. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Guys, surprise!
Exciting to be on the desk. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great game.
Guys!
I'm sure your insight is going to be invaluable. We haven't been scrimming and playing against teams, so you've got a very different perspective.
Yeah, I've even played against one of the teams, so yeah, I have pretty good insights.
Oh, I can't wait to see us break it down. But let's start with Leviathan here. Because,
some hearts by one of
this, I'm going to let you take this one.
Josh,
because they are looking so good.
Yeah,
भाई कुछ भी बोलो भाई स्माइल तो आता है
A lot
रॉस
of
को
teams
देख
have been
के
talking about how good they've been in scrims, and
Smile
now
तो
we've
आता है
actually had an opportunity to watch them play, and I think their ascent has just been absolutely
हमारा
immaculate.
राशि हमारा
We'll talk about
राशि
that in a bit, but the player quality they've got too is really, really high. You know, King's been fragging, Taco's been fragging, Mazino, the new addition, has been popping off too. This is really supposed to be like a South American super.
Best in the world.
They control the hands. How
I would say aim
the tournament.
Leviathan for sure. They're like very deadliest team out there. I would say aim-wise, strategy-wise, they're really strong. Even when I was talking to Erin, he said like they're one of the best teams on Ascent. We're like they're really good and they're really sharp, and especially King. You know, he plays like multiple agents like Viper, you know, sometimes Duelist Raze and sometimes Initiator like KO. Just to have that switch of mentality between each agents, like when you're Viper, you're like basically like a controller, and when you're KO, you need to lead the team, lead the charge with your util, and even when you're Raze, you have to go out and frag. Like
भाई मेरा RR का क्या होगा?
Respect
and redemption.
All of the tournaments that I've seen, all of the games I've seen is like really good. Just like
Tipan bhai.
रुको सुनो. Multiple agents and also consistently frag for the team. I think it's just brilliant.
It's just your aim and your movement is like secondary to what you're thinking about is going on in the moment, right? In the server. That's why it's so rare to see a fragging IGL player. But King does it all. I mean, the guy is just sublime in every single capacity. It's like he's just maxed out on the traits in like the FIFA Ultimate Team card or something. I don't know. He's just got like 99 on everything.
He doesn't have like, I feel like the normal narratives around the IGL. People are like,
वहाँ पे वो होता रहेगा ना रे कि अगर हंसने नहीं आ रहा तो भी हंसना पड़ता है ना?
Do everything, which I feel like makes it really scary.
I mean, it's like if the IGL is fragging out of his mind, that's a huge motivation for all the teams. Like our IGL is leading the team now. Let's go charge up, and it's our time to show ourselves. So King is a really good leader, and fragging out of his mind, it's a really good motivation for the team.
Yeah, I'm interested to see though how deep the map pool actually goes for Leviathan, because their ascent looked great, but they had a bit of a shaky performance on Pearl. They're still able to get it over the line because they're a fantastic team. But I don't know whether they've demonstrated the same level of depth as that.
Well, let's talk about Brent's favorite team of all time. It is Team Vitality. Tell us why you believe in this roster so much.
I mean, they are the definition of a dark horse.
आज मैं राहुल भाई को गलत प्रूव करता रहूँगा. राहुल भाई end तक रुकना, end तक रुकना. अभी बोल रहा हूँ.
Moments like these, tournaments like this,
ठीक है?
is where players like that can shine. Like
End तक रुकना. जैसे मैं जीतूंगा ना. ठीक है?
Guy who's to this team.
It was just like they play on more on the confidence calling and
20 यार स्मूथ जाएगा तेरे सारे एग्जाम्स स्मूथ जाएगा भाई. Gamers and thank you for the 20 यार.
A team like Vitality, it was just like they play on more on the confidence and the momentum that race with Twiston, you know, it's like Twiston is making the chaos around the map, and then the Senator, you know, capitalizing
chaos
on it,
तो हमने
looking
देखा
around, taking space, calling for the team, you know, secondary calling, and just telling them like what's happening around the map. And I think they carry forward with that. Against us is every time it was Twiston on the
भाई क्या
other side,
मैक्सी
and
कपड़ा
there's
पहना ना
Senator lurking around, so it was very annoying for us. So I think Vitality capitalized on the confidence and you know, like lot of momentum based. Yeah.
ये मैच
I
दिखाना
was
जरूरी
impressed though
था
with a lot of their defensive protocols. I think on Split they demonstrated a great understanding of the map, and also just the way that they're controlling the map on Lotus here too, investing a lot of utility early on in fairly unusual ways.
Yeah, I think the way that they were varying that up as well. I mean, firsthand, Rossi, you were experiencing this, right? And it makes it so much harder to
थोड़ा सा
control one
membership मिल
particular
जाता
map.
ना
But the reason
वो
I picked
देगा
out that
10 देगा
example as well when I was
लेव
thinking
जीता
about
तो
it is that
नहीं
I
नहीं
think,
लेव जीता तो नहीं
they're a team that are clearly
अपन
thinking
जीता
about
तो
the way
10
they wanna
गिफ्टेड
play
वो
certain
देगा
maps
टिबन देगा
and the
भाई
extra layers on top. And beyond that point, it comes down to player quality and like the fundamentals and how they trade off of each other, which clearly they have.
जब सारी
because they are
दुनिया
incredibly skilled players.
हकीकत
Like,
बता
in the
रही
form of, like,
हो
Twiston and
तुम्हें
Sender
उन्हें
as well
फेस
as an
करना
individual.
जाओ
Well, that guy just
तो
seems to be able
फेस
to pull
30
rounds
में
out of
गिर
nowhere.
जाती
I'm
और
glad
मैं
you guys
रहूंगा
have already
एंड तक
started the
वो
conversation
देखने
on Twiston because EMEA, we knew what he can do. You know, he was a known
ए
quantity already, but
भाई 7 legs बे 7-5-7
so
bench
confident.
Yeah, and he said previously, I keep bringing this up because I find it so funny, but like in a previous interview he's saying, our team doesn't have any star players. And I cannot think that that's anything more opposite compared to what he showcased it. Because the guy was just on a tear
कल
over and
पेपर था
over again,
आपने
being able to
गुल्लक
pull
बोला
just
और
miraculous
बहुत
moments from just nowhere, it seems like.
भाई
And
याद
that kind of
गया
player quality as well is something that, you know, some teams might be lacking it, they'll offset it.
साला पहला सुपर चैट ये बोलने को किया तूने लव यू यार फ्रैग भाई मैं चाहता हूँ आपके सारे एग्जाम्स अच्छे जाए यार बेस्ट ऑफ लक टू यू यार फ्रैग भाई थैंक यू फॉर
It's hard on Split and finding holes in your game as a
पुरानी
newer
यादें
team.
ताज़ा हो गई
I think he's going to find that way more difficult against Leviathan, a team that is really drilled and the core's been together for a while.
Yeah, like if the Leviathan boys have saw the game against us, I think they're gonna definitely punish because even when the Vitality guys had the side, Twiston was always like aggressive.
Yeah.
You know, he was never passive. So I think if they start punishing that, I think Twiston's confidence will also go down, and the team will be like making a lot of mistakes, and that might, you know, stop their momentum. But they need to punish first. I think that's the game. Leviathan need to punish Twiston out and punish their mistakes. I think that will be a very good start for them.
well, Twiston, he's got a secret weapon though, and we all know what that is.
अगर
Let's do
आपने
a
जी को
shorty
सपोर्ट ना
check-in.
किया होता
Of
तो
course,
आज रस
this guy in EMEA,
अरे
he loves shorties, buckies,
यार
judge, anything like a
कुछ भाई
shotgun.
मैं
And as
नहीं
you
हूँ
guys
मैं
can see on your
प्रूव
screen, I
करूंगा
think
भाई मैं नहीं हूँ
it's
पनौती
45
भाई
so
ये गेम
far
देखो
shorty kills, and
मैं
I
प्रूव
believe he even
करूंगा
tweeted like he's gonna donate.
लोग बहुत गाली दे रहे रे मुझे टीपो
नर्फ हो गया शॉट को नर्फ होने
Max,
वाला है
anyone has got in one
अच्छा है,
map
होना चाहिए।
was Sugar Zero, and that was 4 shorty kills in one map.
Was that all the
so
way back in like Reykjavik or something?
I think so, but I feel like
Yeah.
Twiston can beat that.
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah.
the shorty developments, I'm not even kidding. It's really nerdy to talk about, like how weapons come into like tournaments and people figure out more and more ways to use it. But the shorty is just this tournament so far. People are using it way more. Like it gives you the extra element. Like I've noticed so
मैं तो
many
सिर्फ
more
रॉसी को ही देख
players
रहा हूँ
spamming through smokes with the Phantom, and they run out of ammo. And
पूरा
the
नजर
immediate response
कैमरा
is like a
घुमा
pro or anyone is to run in there and punish them.
कैमरा
But they
घुमा
just whip out a shorty, and then they kill you when you're trying to punish them like
Smile
these
तो
smokes. I've
है
seen that so
बंदे
many more times now.
The reason it works with for Twiston is like he plays Jet and he's an opper. He just take a shot.
सुन रहे
Let's
हो?
say he missed. The opponents are like he missed the shot. Let's run at him
बराबर
and instantly have a shorty, and it's an easy kill for them. And that's why it works more on Sugar Zero as well. He plays a controller. He just pop off a smoke and play inside with the shorty, and it's
बराबर
very hard to expect. And on a big stages, you might tend to make mistakes, and you might forgot that the player has a shorty out of nowhere. And
Correct.
it really works with Twiston because he's on Jet.
आज बंदा नहीं है
Those
बट
get shorty kills.
हमारा
They
अपना
need to
लव
bring back
लव
the
यार
broken
कितना है
classic right click.
आपके भी
Because
सारे
that
एग्जाम्स
was
अच्छे
keeping
जा
the
यार
shorty
कितना
in
लव
check.
यू लव
When-
यू and the headshot if you see
It's a game for Vitality, but I know Leviathan has a really good team and they are
Yeah.
very experienced on big stages. I think
Yeah.
they'll be able to punish it and they're gonna take this game away. Yeah.
What about you, Josh?
Yeah, I've got to favor Leviathan. I just think they look so clean on the maps that they.
इतना सपोर्ट किया था रॉसी को देख रहे हो इतना सपोर्ट किया था रॉसी को साहब निकला यार अपने भाई को सपोर्ट नहीं किया जो बोला वाइटलिटी जीतेगा करके
This bracket, like Navi, like Fnatic, that have shown us more and on deeper map pools. So that's what I'm looking for here
रुचि
today.
भाई
Leviathan not
रॉसी को
just to
बोलो
win,
भाई
but
को
to
सपोर्ट
impress.
करने
Yeah.
got about 10 seconds.
Bugs
to-
darling, bad
Yeah,
luck to
10.
me and
My
it's a white
brain says
please.
Leviathan. I agree with
Bad
you
luck
guys. I
नहीं
think
देते बे
on
अपन
paper,
केशव भाई
everything
क्या
across the
बात
board
कर
seems like they should be taking it, but my heart says
केशव
Leviathan.
thank you for the fart मेरी
I
जान.
don't. It's pea-sized,
Only
it's
good
tiny,
looks.
so maybe that does not bode well for you guys, honestly.
Time's
Super
up, your
chat कर लो,
time's up,
हो
bro,
जाला.
your time's up because
क्या
the
आपने
teams
सोचा
are ready.
कभी
But no one's watching behind. With 44 seconds on the clock, he could absolutely rotate out of this, but he's going to be creeping back into C, looking to take the fight. Spots one. Now he's going to hightail it. Cuts across over towards A.
Yeah, he's making a go of this one. Going to make him work for this. Still a little bit of utility on the fade as well, so Sender, where do you take this one? Going to get himself a plant here. It's all about timing, and how does he divide these two players?
10 seconds left, now 8 on that fade for the haunt. Be instrumental in trying to spot out
ओ
exactly
अगर
where
टरेट
somebody
आते हो
was
किसने डाल दिया ना टरेट सीन हो
pushing
जाएगा.
down into short, looking to see if he can catch anybody in the lobby. Not necessarily reading that they're already in the site. Continue to poke and prod around.
Prince कर दिया लग रहा है.
Not yet coming out.
The plant's almost baiting for the other side.
ओ रिवील हो गया.
Just enough space to be able to spot him out. The Prowler now chases. Taco goes to the aggro swing. Gets the headshot. Lev will go ahead and even up the score.
Split at 2 apiece here. This is what I expected from this game. What a high quality game we're seeing so far. Highly volatile. We're still seeing that value from Twiston hitting on this. I'm looking on the other side. Leviathan, as a collective though, answering back in kind. Not a single individual standing up and kind of over-delivering yet, but my eye's still going towards Shy. He has been so good at kind of the quiet, unsung hero to an extent at times in their previous games as well, so have to wait and see if this carries on forward. Different look this time, over towards A.
Sending out the haunt to be cleared. Well, maybe we would see that Seize nade combo, but for now Taco's just going to be holding on to the paint shells. Heavy pressure applied as they get that 3-man push down, but with the smoke coming through, looks like they will just maybe look to back away. King getting ready to reply to some of this garage pressure that was being put out there by Sender, but he's backed off the fault line, ends up getting held. And the blades get popped.
Yeah, Sender though needs to go through the protocol list, trying to clear some of this utility, try and draw one of the 3 players away from A, but it's still pretty convincing. Twiston's on a tear though. Oh my word! Taco in the meantime explodes Bone Cold, and they still don't have that springboard towards the side. They have no access thus far, and these angles are deadly. That's a barrel spotted, and that's a body on the ground.
Testria just not reading that somebody could have been tucked there. Right in the cubby, they get spotted. Now the haunt out, tagging 2. Twiston entries, finds 1. Sender getting Nazwar as well. King now just looking to hold down the site, but Twiston answers back. Another 3K for him. Shy now pops that lockdown. The plant interrupted for a brief moment. They're going to be running the clock pretty close here. Shy gets himself up into heaven.
Doesn't catch him on the way out, but he's going to be pretty assured where they're going to be. Lockdown does clear.
Eats the fall damage.
But the plant's good for long. They need players to correctly, and they do. Vitality. Really nice adjust meeting on the plant there to make sure they could play from that cubby. And no, I can't believe they still find value on the site. This is still Twiston just striding in. They had no success initially. This was Taco just taking the wind out of their sails. They still had that player tucked into the cubby to deny the sewer access. It looked like the gates were shut. And then Twiston pulls off this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just brutal. The fact that you are able to open up, find those 2 kills, you get the showstopper out onto Bone Cold, you have just that lurk tucked away, being able to take down Destrian, but Twiston just shows up and rips them asunder. Now Vitality back in the lead once more as we see this forward push coming out here from Taco. He's got some backup. They cleared the turret, so they have not noted his forward position yet, but this drone certainly can.
Oh, shot. Wow. Yeah, Taco not making too many subtleties about this. Mazzino with him as well. I want to see how well this default holds. Yeah, they're being very diligent. There's still a little bit of a threat here in the form of Mazzino, so maybe he could do some chip damage, but I like what I'm seeing from Vitality. Again, when you look at this squad, it's a little bit more kind of the gunslingers of EMEA, right? They're super high potential players, incredibly mechanically gifted. Throwing Bone Cold as a great mind, a great kind of leader in that essence. But again, it's do they have that composure? Do they not overextend? Do they not get, you know, sloppy in their anti-ecos? So far, super clean.
Yep.
Like in seeing that, because Leviathan are super slippery, right? They will find space. They are just an explosive back. The aggression is normally great. Right here, though, this is a very diligent Vitality.
Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of the change-up getting Taco Leah in that forward position. Unfortunately, it's just fairly well read from the side of Vitality. Bot goes out, instantly cleared. spots, no headshots through the smoke. Really, from here on out, it's about whatever damage Leviathan can try to inflict. Just try to get some of these guns out of the hands of Vitality. The money is stacked up nicely. They will be able to get that next buy, but you don't want them to really bolster the economy. But it seems like they're actually just going to hang back, wait for the spike to explode, not give over any more ult charges, even though Twisted's the only one who lacks it.
Yeah, and I'd say for Vitality, they can somewhat, I don't want to say cruise, that's incorrect, but they are very comfortable. Once their money now will become far more robust with this buy in hand, basically. You've got 5 rifles still on deck. You've got all these ults that are still there if they need it. They have that almost round in hand if they get the opportunity. Now for Leviathan, they're not too far away themselves. I'm going to have to little double check on this. Twiston is just feeling out the game. Everything's going his way. It's lovely to see Twiston actually getting probably the eyeballs on his talent that he deserves, because he has been a hot prospect. But to be able to do this against Leviathan, that is a very different ordeal.
Yeah. So far, we just haven't really seen Lev find their footing yet. Taco with a decently quiet beginning, 3 and 5 at the moment. No match. Need that explosive raise to really rely on, to be able to get them back into this one. Because, I mean, you heard the desk's reactions, him shifting over to the raise. We figured Chamber out of the meta, King's probably going to be playing something a bit more flexible. He's shown in those off-season tournaments that he has been playing Breach on Haven. We were expecting that Jet to still come through.
Ooh, a little mid-piece. No one there this time. Again, yes, Bone Cold has been occasionally lingering there in their defaults, but when they're going for these A pieces, he's with them. That's different. Mazzino takes down Sender, eyes towards Twiston. He's still standing, and he's still deadly. Ult's coming through. Bone Cold pins down Mazzino, but it ain't clean.
No, it certainly is not. Shy able to find Twiston there. After Shock, just pushing Destrian out of hell. Molesy able to still stay tucked away. The two still alive, but the man advantage is here for the side of Lev, and this is a round that they desperately need to win, and they also need to try to get it as cleanly as possible.
King's ult, right? That is always going to be the caveat to this round. There it is. They actually held the pace a little. See if they can get away with. Oh, Bone Cold stuck around just long enough. Perfect play from Bone Cold, keeps himself to the site, and all in the meantime, Destrian takes the TP, hits the ult, and heads over towards C. Support needs to get there quick, though.
It's just a fantastic adjustment for them. I was worried because they weren't playing in hell. That Rolling Thunder was going to be able to hit everybody, but Destrian just goes ahead, pulls the trigger on the TP ult, gets himself into C to get the safe plant, as well as that huge kill on Taco Leah.
And they're still so paranoid about a lurk, potentially, and I don't blame you. There's a chance that Bone Cold could have still been on A, trying to backfill this, and there's just nothing going their way. I question if they're saving yet. They're going to just hit the brakes on this one. Oh. The rifles are far more valuable at this point. They have very little to play in with this on. And yes, Vitality burn a great deal of their ultimates in this round, but in another round on the board and the gap going further away from Leviathan, the money, I want to look towards it for Leviathan as well. What sort of buys are they going to be down on? They also burn most of their ults that they had to hand, so they are going to be on the lower end of that as well. I've got to expect a timeout soon. Seth, they got to pump the brakes on this, get a grip on this game, because it's spiraling out of control now.
Yeah, we'll see if they decide to do it here. But I do agree, the 3-round deficit on your map pick, not going to be feeling too great. Granted, it is round, or side selection rather, for the side of Vitality, but yeah, Bone Cold just pulling back, eluding that Rolling Thunder, just gets the snipes across there on the Taco Leah. At first, I thought he was stunned. We've seen so many stunned kills from those Rolling Thunders, just getting those headshots, but that would have been even more impressive than the ones we've seen so far.
Right, they still feel like they've got a little something here, and aggression might be the name of the game, and straight away Taco slices right through them. Shy in support through Garage. It's not over yet. Vitality needs to get a grip on this round.
How does he win that?
A bounding fade apparently denies it. So this is the first time the aggression has been turned up to 11.
As we're able to win that out, sure, it goes down to 8 HP, but the man advantage drastically now in the favor of Leviathan. Molesy just going to be pushing that spike over towards Twiston, who's invested for the operator. Let's see if they try to play this one out for now. He's just going to be holding back towards spawn. They do have an abundance of cash, so even if this op does get downed, they will be able to buy another one should they choose, but it's more about not letting it get into the hands of the defending team.
Now, do they have any chances in this? Molesy,
He has to know that he's close, especially now.
Molesy and Taco now, ready to greet. Spots one player. Does Molesy read there could be someone close? Again, 4 players against you. All of these angles are so unfavorable, and he has absolutely no idea. Twiston, no trade straight away either. 58 HP and an operator to hand.
Now how do you try to hold on to this one? Throws down the cloud burst. Starting to encroach on his position. The swing around from behind coming in through Shy. Taco Leah just continues to jiggle. Does get taken down.
He's open.
That's still going to hurt a bit. And yep, they see that cloud burst coming in. And with 12 seconds remaining, he's actually going to be able to get a potential plant in.
Obviously, he doesn't know how much space he's got, so he still has to clear slightly. Expecting someone to be closer by. Shy could be the end of this anyway, going towards C-Long, one towards CT on King. Twiston, he's going to be surrounded here.
Right as he goes to pull off of getting that spike planted. Granted, they don't really need that plant money. The Swarm will come in to get the kill. Still though, dropping a couple guns for the side of Lev. Just continue to make them feel a little bit more uncomfortable. But crucially, they're able to win that back without having to call the timeout.
Yeah, and again, though, you will have to look at this in the aspect of, could you do that again? Is this now something you can find, repeatable success with?
Sure.
I don't think you get away with it a second time. It's great to throw in there once in a while. That's perfect. Reset that momentum, bring yourself back into it. Now I need to see them approach this in a more traditional fashion that Vitality have been winning out in.
For me, the best thing about that play, just upping that aggression and being able to get the round win, is that the coach didn't have to get involved. It was just on the in-game leadership saying, okay, we're going to go for this, and then they made it work. They didn't need that intervention. If they can continue to run things back now, bring this to a 5-4 scoreline, you start feeling really good about Lev's options, because the longer you can pocket those timeouts, the better it's going to be.
Yeah, I like the kind of counter-utility towards Garage, because they know there's been a layered piece coming in for Vitality. Destrian's in a little bit of trouble, to say the least. Down pretty low, and he's been found out so early on. They're not denying these players on the back of the side. There's very little pressure. Twiston, yes, still standing, but so many more on the Leviathan side.
And Mizzino, he's so very low. Twiston will be able to find King, but he just can't quite take down Nazware. Now Bone Cold left out in the open, the spike on the ground. It seems like Lev should be able to go ahead and convert this into a second round win in a row. Let's see what Bone Cold can do. He's got no ideas really, aside from Mizzino's position. Just narrowly avoids that. Smoke will come in. He'll turn tail, start heading towards A yet again.
30 seconds to play with.
30 seconds left.
Does he manage to catch one on rotation? That'd be ideal. Mizzino, yes, he is low.
It's just outside of that audio range, and with Shy taken down, doesn't have to worry about this KJ utility. Seems like Mizzino a little bit late to realize, but now we'll go ahead and cut back. Bone Cold needs to win this first fight if he wants a clutch.
Not gonna happen. Leviathan, that's big. Finding answers mid-game. As said, I expected a timeout to be coming in soon, but off the back of the aggression, they found what they need here. Far more support towards C, earlier rotations, having players in the right place here, expecting that late garage pressure as well. This is looking way more robust from Leviathan, getting a little bit more of a grip on the game now.
You're running it back. 5, though, on the half, probably still more than they wanted to be able to give up. In position to potentially run this into a 7-5. They can continue to streak. See the fans out in abundance here, making a creative use of their thunder sticks. Some ults to work with, though. Lockdowns on either side. Expecting to see those come into play since we do have a double buy round.
Okay, Syllop still stands. And early intention towards pressure. Yeah, Twiston getting far further ahead of this. Now noting another player towards A Connector. Do they now expect to push up towards A Long? Yes, they do! Sender heads up play. Noting the additional rotation potentially, or just simply quicker to pull the trigger. And now, where the hell is this final player on this A side? Can they get around them?
Nazware would love to have gotten out of this lockdown, but as he tries to get repositioned, Sender just pushes in out of short, finds the kill. Molesy now gonna be the one left behind to watch for these flanks. As they just spam out, but it seems like Lev right now, no intention whatsoever of even trying to play for this one. I can't blame them. The cash is all right, but 2v5 just seems so impossible. It's just not worth the attempt.
Good response from Vitality. Twiston's ability to start these rounds off has been off the charts as well. Since even taken up towards the operator as well, still so much impact. Not slowed down at all. Been fantastic on the attacking side here. On the other side of things, Leviathan, once again, will be posed a question. This A site now looking a little bit more vulnerable. That early pick towards B just kind of shuffled everyone slightly over, causing those rotations and the instantaneous pressure off the back. Multi, does he get it? Yep, that's a rifle gone. Mizzino, the only one to keep that going forward. I'm worried about the money here for Leviathan. I do want to keep note on that once we get into that next round.
Okay, Mizzino right at the very end of the round does find one, but not really putting too many dents in at this point. 6,200 before the buys start flying. But yet Twistin just postured up, gets that early catch onto King. That's the IGL taken down. Sender with a nasty little flick, perfectly reading that Taco Leo was going to be in that forward position. And from there, it's just looks very easy for the side of Vitality.
Yeah, a couple
All
of
the
light
shots are all on
armors.
point.
Yeah, coming through now for Leviathan. Little bit on the back foot in that regard, but still able to post up what they need. I want to see what if there is a response again. So much threat early around Twistin, trying to be hyper-mobile with this. We've seen pressure towards B, we've seen A long, we've seen C long. He is everywhere, happy to challenge where he can. Looking to see if maybe A is the end goal once again. We are seeing a little bit more pressure coming down on long. Yes, Taco this time still here. Oh, Bob, they've got a fleet! They all make it out. A little bit of damage, yes, on Bone Cold, but everyone else still standing pretty.
Takes him down low, but it's not the elimination he was hoping for, but under pressure, that at least allows him to be able to escape, not get that drone tag and get overwhelmed. So now, in position, there's the fault line from King. Sends it out, trying to delay. They go for the swing, but Molesy, Bone Cold, not tagged up. They just counter swing down, stare into that sewer, and find the elimination. So again, it's Vitality starting with the right foot forward.
Now, the only factor is to this, it's only Sender here so far. They're actually looking towards B. Now, there's still that Killjoy utility in place towards this, and Sender's finding success. That's
so much success.
Issue, Sender! You are meant to be the bait, you're meant to be the fake, and now they're winning out on towards A. They've taken the B side, but there's still utility here, as noted earlier. The lockdown gets dealt with, and the plant can now come back around for the second time. I do like what I'm seeing from Destrian, though, slipping back in towards deeper mid, knowing Mazzino's been on C-Long. This is a high potential position, and he's been spotted.
He has been spotted, and as he tries to go for the paranoia, there's the swing out. Destrian just lurking perfectly. And then Shy again. 0 credits. Money across the board for the side of Lev. Very much down to the dumps. He's just going to back away. Make sure that he's not getting wrapped around on. The push is starting to come through. Bone Cold says, you know what? I've got 4,300, 29 HP. I might as well try to get this gun out of his hands. And right now, Shy's not watching for this crunch. Turns around. Shy will be able to win it out. Seems like holding on to the Vandal. Maybe he'll be able to make it happen, but now Twistin coming in on the hunt.
That angle is not where you're going to be pre-aiming, but at this point, though, it's worth trying to get these guns out of their hands. Their money is shattered. They are struggling now to string together full purchases. They have been manhandled. Vitality, I'm so impressed. Again, that little early look, that little linger towards A, and then just sending out Molesy, and he over-delivers, right? He pulls out the ult from KJ. He finds the first. He carries on. Exactly! You're not meant to be finding this much value. Maybe one and done, a little bit of a show and tell, but that's it. But no, he takes the whole site by himself. You couldn't ask for a better round. Leviathan need to get a grip on this one, and they need it fast.
Yet still not seeing those timeouts come through. Owner holding on to him. Blades pop, because why not? Up shot not going to connect. Do they read Takolia in this forward position? He goes for the swing out. But he's got the Spectre, and Twistin gets the follow-up shot. Mazzino's dead. C-Site not quite open. Shy manages to answer back with a kill with a Bulldog. But now he's fault-lined, pushed into the corner. King gets covering fire. But then he needs still so much more, and King is looking to deliver! A 4K from King with the Guardian shuts him down and brings Lev back. 7-5 in the half, Vitality in the lead, but man, what a turnaround.
And you thought Shy was dead to rights there, right? They were just chasing him down, and there was King, saving him, keeping him safe. It was perfect timing from King.
Absolutely gorgeous stuff here from King at the end, but still not necessarily where Lev would like to be. We'll see, though. All of the swap sides take to the attack as well. We'll see how they fare on that one. But for now, we're going to throw it down to Doug, who's got a very special guest.
I mean, Shy is the safest pair of hands we've seen. And this has been the same story throughout their previous games as well. I need someone to step up with him, because right now, in my mind, Vitality are looking very good.
Feels like the Rays still a bit more work to be done as, okay, King gonna find Twistin. That's a great way to start things off on the attacking half here from Lev. King closes the first half, starts the second. With the Jet gone, you breathe a bit more easily here if you are Leviathan.
You have to say, one of the weakest points of Vitality is the pistol round. It looked so good even on the first half, and then it still somehow went wrong. So for them, this is kind of par for the course, so the scoreline could get close here. Leviathan have a big opportunity to close the game back in, and the chip damage is wonderful.
That one goal down to 50, but Takolia taking a hell of a lot of damage, but mostly going to get finished off there by the Boombot. TP in the close corner from Destrian, but everybody else from Lev is making the call, rotate out. You can see that's going to be Sender as well, responding in kind. They push to the garage, the Nanoswarm setup is there. King would be at risk. Let's see if they can get the read on this, get the timings. There's the push, there it is, and oh, he narrowly survives.
Yeah, very fortunate to be alive. Shy, though, going to try and lean a little ahead. Don't know if Bone Cold noted that. They're actually readdressing towards B. Stunning shot from Leviathan. Destrian's lurk gets red. This is gorgeous.
Mazzino reads that perfectly. Gets the timing, says, I play Omen as well. I know what you're trying to do. Cuts him off inside window. Just like that, Lev closing out another pistol round. Vitality seemingly just allergic to pistol round victories.
They can't do it, man.
It's like old division strikers where they could just never do it, but they always win the eco round.
I mean, look,
They got sheriffs.
If people haven't, if you've forgotten about Bone Cold, put a sheriff in his hands and see what he can do. He's one of those weird specialists that always seems to be able to hit with that. Twistin obviously mechanically gifted, but the buy back in for Leviathan. Light armors, yes, twice over, at least with the rifles. That's what I'm looking at. This is a heavy investment coming in. This is dangerous. They have to keep these in this game.
Yep.
They lose them, I'm worried.
So they want just that much more firepower to try to ensure that they don't have that anti-eco loss. Twistin, a whippy on the first shot, and Shy cleans up too. The A side is theirs.
That is exactly what we were asking for. Precision, clean approach, not allowing any of those sheriffs to find any damage really at all. Yeah, Shy took a little bit down to 70, but he's still standing. This is wondrous stuff. No threats being made. Vitality unable to find any sort of danger here. Now, Mazzino.
He's gonna take this fight.
Okay, that's the first.
Okay.
Not one of the two rifles though. That's the problem. One of the rifles just got lost. Now I'm worried.
Don't think they're gonna be able to have access to it though. It is below window. Time is ticking down. Widely though. Any more damage they can deal? Takolia dead. The shots flying. King stabilizes, swaps back over to the rifle, and he will be the finisher. But that's still a hefty investment here, Lauren. Lev will be able to tie it up, but they lose one of those Vandals.
Ooh. It just gets so precarious if you're coming in on this. Because again, this round they're gonna have 3.3, 3.5 left on Taco, and again, I get worried when I see this because they're left in that predicament of what do we do now with this purchase? Do we try and just get around it with the light armor, which is totally viable if they fancy it, but on the other side, it's a far greater purchase now coming out from Vitality. Pretty comfortable, not perfect by any means themselves, but again, if you're looking on the checklist of things to do in those sort of rounds when you only have sheriffs up against rifles like that, they did everything correct for Vitality. Now the test begins. This is what we want to be looking for.
You just love to see these rounds being put up by King. So Shy. All right. Why not? Great way to start. But as SK Rossi was saying on the desk, you see your IGL doing well. That really rallies the rest of the team behind because you say, you know what? I need to be putting in that much effort too. I need to be having that impact. And King is certainly delivering. The rest of the team, at least in this half so far, looking pretty damn good. Thing comes across, but again, it's King.
Yeah, between King and Shy, they are holding onto this game and putting up numbers. Yeah, Taco's disappeared a little, but there's someone ready to step up in his place. And now we'll see the readdress of the other side of the map. Maybe expecting a pull of the rotation here, but actually Sender is tucked in that corner still. And actually the re-explore from Twistin now, noting no one's here. Able to clear through towards mid as well. They're going to be at least note that this will be the CPs coming in. Do they stick around? I think they do. Sender That's 3 kills! He's massacred Leviathan and brought it back to a 2v2.
Absolutely unreal from him. Now Shy taking down Takolia. He's been a bit quiet so far on the map, but now it is his time to be loud. Finds the kill. Goes to cut across. He's against Twistin. Didn't spot him. Doesn't know. He's running low on time. He's going to go for backside plant. Twistin starting to get into position. Let's see how he plays this out. Swings around the front. He gets jumped on, and Twistin will close it. Last man standing, but Vitality will retake the lead.
Taco was so paranoid about Long, so paranoid about Garage. After just a couple of jump peeks, couple of fakes, he went, okay, I'm just going to go for the backside. Surely that's the safest option. We may be already considering that they noted him on that flank earlier on. But in all reality, you got to say Twistin there playing it perfectly, didn't fall foul to the pressure. And pound for pound right now, Twistin is drastically outdoing Taco. That is a weight off his shoulders as well. Gets Vitality around on this half now. Potentially they can build, but their money is not good. Leviathan will still have the better purchase coming into this one. Ultimate-wise, very similar, near-on mirrored in this.
Yeah. Lockdown for lockdown. Rolling Thunder for King, just 2 away. Molesy, if he can get that early orb, would be nice for a kill. And you can see that's exactly why they're pushing out into A. We'll be able to have that now online. Garage, however, being pressured out. Turret cleared on the C site. Destrian up top, Guardian in hand. Gets a couple taps across on a Mazzino, but cannot find the kill. And that's going to be the go there for Shaw to go ahead and drop down the lockdown.
Yeah, they have to respect this. They have no means really to challenge. So I actually quite like this kind of gear shift coming out from Leviathan, taking that garage control substantially quicker, pressuring in towards C. This is nice, but it does then pose the question, how deadly is this retake? Smoke coming in towards C long, one towards CT, kind of almost again mirroring each other. Paranoia then in. It's all time being purchased. Get secure in the post plant. There is no big flank in this. It's the lockdown coming in. This has to be the go signal. Shy can still be devastating from here.
Yeah, but now he's spotted. He wanted to push in, trying to go ahead and destroy it. He's unable to do so, and that Rolling Thunder is still in the back pocket of Molesy. They buy themselves some space to get over towards the spike. Now the Rolling Thunder comes across. Paint Shell's lobbed in. Does it interrupt? No, it gets the kill, but they still got it up the half. Showstopper comes in. They lob it, but it's shorted. But Mazzino with the spray finds Bone Cold. They're back onto it. Sender trying to prevent, but he just can't keep him covered. He's back on it once more, holding for dear life, and he's managed to get it! The Paint Shells, the reset was there, but it's a bit too late. He holds it out, he gets the clutch. Vitality stretched the lead by 2.
How the hell did that happen? I thought that was Leviathan, I think, had 4 players standing, desperately spamming, and Taco was putting everything to this. He put the Showstopper in, the Paint Shell in, he spammed people off the spike. I mean, it was everything.
2 बार डिफ्यूज होगा
as well.
तीसरे बार भाई ने लेफ्ट में बैठ के कर डाला पूरा हाफ डिफ्यूज था पहले से
takes the defuse and gets the hell out of there.
Half a second sooner on that Paint Shell. He was down to 30 HP.
जीतेगा अभी भी 2.25 का
Somehow, some way, he managed to hold it out to get the clutch and stretch.
2.25 का दे रहा है अभी भी Vitality. क्या होगा तेरे हिसाब से?
Just get the double push down here and see, and Destrian comes away with the kill on a Mazzino.
And considering how deep Vitality is in towards A, this couldn't have gone a better way from Destrian's in danger. Yeah, he's dead.
Perfect
Shy,
timing.
really good timing to double check on this. They know Sender's still around somewhere, but again, being able to equal this out to a 4v4, traditionally this should at least favor the attacking side if they can still manipulate this map, cause some of these rotations to be a little bit more hesitant. Leviathan starting to clear through. No one committed deep towards long this time. As we note, Sender posturing towards logs on site. Does have the support towards Garage. Does have Molesy as well. Sitting towards CT. There's the information. That's huge. That's everything. Can he get anything done here, though? He looks dead to...
Twistin!
Saving the day!
Just like King has the covering fire with the Guardian of all things. Takolia dead, and that's their way. Trying to get in. Molesy counter swings. Finds Nazware. Now it's 2v3. Low HP bars, yes, on the side of Vitality. They do have that defending position. Shy dead. Molesy as well. Vitality. The timeout looking wonderful. An upgrade there from the Bulldog. And now 10 rounds locked in.
It was something that I think was really kind of highlighted, especially in their earlier games, like on Pearl, for example, but some of the spacing from Vitality, and if the spacing is off, if they can punish any of this, it's always incredible to watch. They are great at the trades, they're good at spacing. There's no easy fight here, right? Like, let's say you try and swing towards Garage, you're gonna have Molesy backside. They had no utility, you have to try and divide and conquer towards that C site at the end of it. So again, that early pressure, paying off well, having to use some of the utility to re-clear long after that. A little bit of aggression was committed to. Leviathan now sat at 7 to 10, double digits against them. They have to come up with a concept here. And when some of your stars are not finding the impact you need, where do you go?
Where do you go?
As possible. It's been a bit more passive from him. The impact is still felt, but he is falling behind as far as those ults are concerned, it feels like. Molesy now 3 charges up towards that next 1.5.
Yeah, they're still going to go for as much as they can for this Leviathan. Purchase in place, noting the Guardian, the Bulldog as well, the 3 light armors, no ults to play with. King is one away, Mazzino as well. Like, they are on the cusp of getting a few through, and they look like they want to brawl for this. Leviathan and Vitality both willing to fight down towards C-Long potentially at the start. Let's see who comes out the victor on this one. Twistin does have the knives. He might be in the right place for it too.
One's going to be cleared. They're trying to get that orb. King able to grab it, but then he's cut down to size as Twistin finds 3. Takolia dead on the opposite side of the map. Shy, not a hope in the world. It's flawless, it's quick, it's dirty. The timeout, unfortunately for Lev, doesn't do a damn thing.
No, and they seemed so aware of that that desire to try and get that orb going, and the punish on the back of it was just divine. Look at this. 11 Kate, the orb is fine. We'll take 3 of your lives. In reply, Sender comfy at the end. No pressure coming through yet. They are just living large. This is Vitality just shining in this game. I can't credit them enough. That was a flawless round as well.
Yeah.
Now the buys in pieces. Leviathan finally suffering from the money now. Way more aggression thrown in, but it's still not going to be without a match. Twistin is here. He's everywhere.
Spots one, gets a little bit of damage there, but it's going to be Nazware actually finding Bone Cold. Twistin, Espacino TP's up into heaven, puts some damage down here onto the enemy jet. They managed to flush him out into the rest of the players. The kills come through, and it's just as fast of a hit as we saw in the last round, but this time it's Lev looking fantastic.
Yeah, the pace change here. You don't want that one. The pace change is perfect. Yeah, it was absolute pandemonium on the site. But Leviathan had a plan and they made it work. The crossfire here is set in stone. It shouldn't be beaten. What am I saying? Okay, it's fine. Mazzino there. It's all good. Leviathan not out of it yet, keeping Vitality away from map point.
It's another little breath of fresh air here, a hope for Lev to be able to rally back. More just to be able to get themselves locked in for a guaranteed overtime.
But roll your mind back to that first half. We saw that incredible aggression down mid, right? And we asked repeatable success. Is it there? And it's so hard to make that happen. I don't know if Leviathan can do this again. Does that find the same value? Do they need it anymore? They've got the lockdown there. They've got the full buy to an extent coming in here. They have everything they need. This is the best attempt they've had yet.
The problem is there's that counter lockdown on the other side as well as the Hunter's Fury from Bone Cold available. So should they go for that? He should be looking it out, but actually no, he's going to open up. Try to get a tag. Just a little bit off. Does get one shot across there on the Nazware at the very end, but as they pile into B, they will all go crumbling down.
The utility just keeping the way, softening them up, maybe expecting this more aggressive approach. The Hunter's Fury allowing that pressure to come down towards A-Long from Twisted. He's taken the space, and now what remains is attempts. A desperate attempt at trying to find some space. And now Destrian is surrounded. He's in a whole lot of danger, leans a little forward, tries to find the fight and loses. Shy, Mazzino trying to keep Leviathan alive.
Now they can actually get an immense amount of value here. There's nothing left to really clear out this lockdown. They drop it right into the site, but they're still being approached on all sides. Mazzino winning that fight is everything.
And spots no one else towards CT, so telling. Now they know it's either Garage or it's Long, so they can readjust accordingly.
Mazzino looking to get himself up in the window. There's the push. Tries to take the fight, but yeah, Molzy gets the headshot. Shy, well aware, knows where everyone's at, but now he needs to play this to perfection.
He is the safest pair of hands. They've got 20 kills already. Needs to make it 22. That's 21. Does he have anything left? Twisted on the other side. The shot, it's gone astray. Another Lisa life shine. Leviathan are just in this one off the back of Batman.
Snipes him out of the air. Twisted doing his damnedest, but just couldn't quite line him up. As Lev continue to fight tooth and nail to keep themselves in this map. We'll look back, I mean, it seemed like that should have been Mazzino walking away with a win. Everything there from Molzy to get the kill. And there it felt like it was done, but Shy, as you say, a safe pair of hands, manages to close it out. Look at him, he's got a pillow behind him, he's all cozy.
He's comfortable. The scoreline still not though.
Huh?
Need to wait a little longer in this, and once again they're trying to get Twisted towards A-Long, but the response from this from Leviathan is just take B fast, instant pressure, navigate around, and Shy is heating up.
He's incredible right now. 23, 14, and 3, reads it perfectly, backs away from the lobby after the turret gets cleared. Just gets that lineup absolutely perfect. Bone Cold still in a position where he can potentially do an immense amount of damage, but now he's going to be spotted. Just takes King down to a total of 80. 81, I can do math.
That's brave of you to try. But again, they're still holding a default here. Leviathan haven't truly explored any of their options. It's a drastically heavier lean from Vitality towards C, a little bit of attention towards B, but most of the utility's been somewhat cleared and at limited amounts here. So with the re-aggress towards A-Long, this is quite good confirmation for Vitality that actually, yes, it is once again this B piece, or it could be potentially coming through Garage. It's not, it is B. Where's the counter this time? Where's the pressure this time?
Aftershock, yep. Goes through,
denied.
but they continue to interrupt this one.
Molzy!
Zero left, and now the spike's going to be stranded inside of the site.
There's no one there to follow it up. Leviathan left him on an island, and now Bone Cold in between them and the spike. Bone Cold is on guard duty. Destrian by his side, and Leviathan might have just let this one slip.
They absolutely have. Because Nazwar narrowly manages to avoid getting locked down, but yeah, leaving Mazzino all on his lonesome. That smoke from Destrian, it cuts off the access to B. They're so terrified of pushing in. You see Takolia attempting it. But Bone Cold just hugs against the wall and cuts him down.
But I just love the faith behind the utility. The utility comes in from Molzy, and you know that there was going to be some pressure behind it, and that is the nightmare for Leviathan, right? You're trying to get that spike down. Half your team already sitting slightly deeper towards the post plant. They have to respect the smoke in play. So again, you get left on your own. As soon as that spike is down, you saw Vitality flood through. Look at the amount of utility thrown in towards this, and there is no help on the way. That is gorgeous work from Molzy, straight up understanding what his goal is, and he achieves it. And now, what do you do? 9-12, Vitality on the verge of picking up map 1 against Leviathan on their map choice.
Looks like they're going to be looking to up the pace a bit. Blast pack out, Dart going to bounce around. Doesn't get the scan, but they've heard plenty of gunfire, so they know that this A lobby is stacked.
7 का रेड सीधा 2 पे आ गया बहुत.
Not enough for the operator.
First map.
Watching from the top of ramp down to the short. Look at this heavy stack over on C.
क्या बात.
नहीं not scout.
Overall
spotted.
का दिख रहा था.
Just a couple bullets right there at his base of his feet. Widely walks away unscathed.
So they've kind of worked out the early round here, right? They've won out towards A-Long. Information having a little look. Spots, I don't think actually spotting anyone on that Omen TP, so, you know, no harm, no foul to an extent, finds nothing. Aldrone again. You can see Vitality are desperate to find information on where the hell Leviathan are looking towards, because they want to get Twisted into the right place.
Now the warning ping comes down on B, so they're starting to think this is going to be a back-to-back B hit. They still leave Bone Cold. As he swings out here, he's going to have a nasty surprise. Lots of damage going across. does avoid the fault line, so can get into a defensive position.
Turns a flash. He still needs a frag here, not gonna get it. King deletes him, and the site's completely free. We already noted, you noted correctly, Twiston tried to lean towards that B side just in case. It's a 4-man retake against 5 players in this post-plant now.
And all of the ults were committed in the last round. They don't have that lockdown, that rolling thunder to really escort them into the site. They just need to straight up take this one with aim. Paranoia goes across, finds one. Molzy gets the ball rolling, taking down Takolia.
Destrian and Molzy doing wondrous work, trying to clear back through this site, but King and Nazira, this is the response they needed. Digging their heels in, refusing to relent. Leviathan still just about getting themselves across the line in this, denying Vitality a comfortable close. They are back to the drawing board. The money is not going to be there comfortably for Vitality now.
Not super comfortable either on the opposite side. Shy still having to buy down. It's damn low. 1900 remaining for him without a rifle to work with. But just a great take. Bone Cold kind of needing to win. Out of at least trade a kill there to give the rest of the team a bit of a hope. But Lev just overwhelmed. They flush him out, and yeah, you can see hero rifle here in the hands of Molzy. Twiston, oh, he's back on his old stuff. He's got that shorty in his hands. Haven't really seen it so far in this map, but now he's looking to shut them down with it.
Yeah, Taco just got his ult as well. That's pretty big to add to the arsenal that Leviathan are bringing in. Zeno one away from his. They're starting to really hit quite the economic stride. And now Twiston might get checked on here. Actually gets away with it. Not spotted. Prowler goes past. Okay, Twiston's got a chance here. But again, it's only a shorty. It's only a shorty.
They need to push into him.
One
He
cross.
spots one. There you go. Taco finally turns back around, spots him. The shorty not going to find any value, and Bone Cold narrowly misses the window to get that headshot and take away one of these guns.
Traditionally on the back of that level of contact towards A, they've just been instantaneously springboarding in towards B. But you can see a little bit of an adjustment here from Vitality as well, getting Molzy in the right place for this. Could be good! No way! How does Taco still get away with that? Molzy dead, but it's worth it for now. Picking out 3, they know what's up. They actually stopped the plant for now.
They do, but they're right back onto it. Just a single dart not going to be enough to interrupt them. Mazzino takes a little bit of a chip damage there, but Widely's going to be fine. But now they have this double approach coming in through B main. Do they have the read on this? Because right now King is looking over towards Link.
Oh, Bone Cold, that's one. The Iceman himself with that Sheriff. But King's still here. Mazzino's still here. Surely they don't let this one slip. Spotting out Destrian, they take him down. It's a 2v2.
The fault line's everything. Mazzino now TP's up onto the high ground, spots Bone Cold on the swing, and they just cannot read this one. Sender brings it to a 1v1, but he's only got 59 HP. He's trying to get him here with this headshot. King jumps across in desperation. He's got to back off of it, and King finishes him with the classic. Lord, we are not done yet. Leviathan bring it 11-12. One more to take this into overtime. And look at the ult economy right now. One away from a Rolling Thunder, one away from a Nightfall. The lockdown is there.
Leviathan, slippery as ever. We do have Vitality pumping the brakes. They've had a couple of opportunities to close, and they have not been going their way. This was huge. Again, the diligence to double check. Maybe just feeling a little something. There it was, just noting him on the way back through. Again, Taco so fortunate to even find that in this round. The right click from the classic. I guess the desk wanted it, so they got what they asked for.
That'll make Josh smile a little bit. Kills coming in instead of the shorty ones. But you can hear how fired up this audience is. They want to see that overtime coming through.
Oh, they want blood. This audience loves a bit of it, right? They are absolutely ferocious for their teams. And now we do see Twiston on the operator. We haven't got to see too much of it on this half, really.
Yeah, it was mostly the attack side.
Yeah, so again, the economy in the right place for me. Close to what you're looking at, right? And what is the final attempt from Vitality? Yes, they have the safety of overtime, I guess, but you don't want to be depending on that.
Taking a look at the minimap right now, you see Molzy, Bone Cold getting stacked up over here at A long. Lev should be aware that, you know, obviously Molzy just 2 charges away from having that Rolling Thunder, and that's one of the biggest thorns in their side that could be there to deny them from taking this into overtime. So they have to be ready to fight for this. Fault line comes out first. Takolia jumps across, back away. I mean, they think they have this read. He's actually on the box, but now he should have been spotted. Paranoia across, but Bone Cold up close, somehow doesn't win the fight! Mazzino guns him down! And that could be tragedy here for Vitality.
Mozzie has no way out of this. CT's overrun. The push-ups on the way. There's somebody on the site, but they finally clear it. Mazzino's there. 5 standing against the 3. Vitality not looking likely now.
How has this happened? Now the lockdown is in. The Rolling Thunder still held. King can just play back. Mazzino will get taken out, but Sender can't overstay. He has to just pull out of the site. Respect the ult.
They have a little bit of utility and ain't much. Sender's got a touch of it. King, counter utility in place. Look at this. Seconds just pouring onto the post plant. And Vitality have so few options. They have to just make a go of it. And Leviathan are dragging this game back. Pick by pick, kill by kill. Twisted can only do so much. They're making a damn good go. Oh, try as he might. King reigns supreme.
He just cannot be displaced. When they need him the most, King is consistently there to take them across the finish line. 12-12 now, and it's just played to utter perfection by him. The Rolling Thunder to delay. We'll see it here in the replay, I'm sure. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a retake. Maybe it's just a retake. Some nasty shots through the smoke to be able to clear that out. But he has the Rolling Thunder across into Link, pushing them back into the aftershock to further delay and make sure that that clock is just bleeding down.
What a game we have on our hands. I said it would be volatile, and it certainly is. These two teams are really nicely matched. It's such a rare treat. The resilience from Leviathan to bring it back to this point, huge. And now we go back in. Leviathan on the defending side, Vitality on the attacking side. It's OT, and a game of this caliber deserves it.
What's the delay on this Nano Swarm, though? They throw it out late. Fault line a little bit slow. If they've been able to couple that together, you would have had a lot more damage there on the Twistin. But good from Shide, expecting that Sova Dart to be coming through, so just delays the Nano.
Yeah, I like the early willingness to take a little bit of a challenge, burning up some of the utility on either side. I mean, Shy's been pretty much worked through at this point, so they can go back to what they intend. Taco noted on long, so protocol list for Vitality is quite good so far.
Making sure that they're not being pressured. Shutting down any forward aggression. Boombot as well, not going to get to reveal too much. Same with the Haunt. King just looks to continue anchoring, but Ping's coming down. They're expecting somebody in window, not necessarily for Shy to be this close up. Now they start looking for it. Shy looks away. He turns back, finds one, but it will be traded.
Oh no, Mazzino's been spotted. The paranoia is sending. He's blind and he's just so dazed and confused. He's in danger. Slips into the smoke while Mozzie takes down King. The support system's gone, and now just one left to make a stand. Vitality taking it away from them in OT here for the first strike on the board.
Now they have that match point. Locked in, ready to go.
Not the first time we've seen that.
No, it is not. But that was not nearly as close of a round as we would like to see from Lev going into this OT. It was fairly clean, just Twistin getting taken down. Shy, good to be able to get that pivot. Just wasn't ready for the rest of Vitality rather to come rushing in. Now we see the buys. Twistin is going for that blast cannon over on C, up in hand.
This is when your metal gets tested, though, if you're Leviathan. Some of their best approaching rounds on the attacking side have been pretty aggressive. Those B pieces finally got kind of thwarted towards the end. Very hard to go back towards that. It looks like Garage actually is the first port of call. Clearing through, they meet no resilience until now. Noting the operator, that's a worry, but they find Sender.
They do. Twistin is just getting pushed around this site. He hasn't found any stable spot to sit in. Just backs away. You know that he will have exited over towards the defending side, so they throw down the smoke. Don't want to expose themselves to any op shots. And now the plant can come through.
Bone cold on the back lines. There is utility in the way, though, so does get to slip the first. Tries to clear Garage for them. Spots nothing so far. It is all players on C-Long.
He's not looking to try to take the fight there. He's expecting that they're all going to be pulled back away. I almost would have liked him to go for this kind of as an attention pull. Stop them from focusing in onto the site itself.
Paranoia.
They're onto the spike for now, holding it to half. Spam comes in, they interrupt.
Leviathan, this is great. This time not making mistakes. Twistin's found. 13-13 with a prime gaming, flawless. We go again.
Like I said, that first round, not nearly as close as you would like to see for Lev, only finding the 1 kill. This time, they bounce back and they get the flawless as they reset. Continue to go deeper. Yeah, not having any attention dragged away. You've just got 5 people sat at C-Long, spraying into a smoke. You're bound to kill those diffusers time and time again. Now we see, as Lev's gonna call a timeout, Owner wants to make sure that they walk away from this round on the defending half with a win.
Yeah. The timeouts always get reset in OT. You get 1. So, but Vitality can also have a conversation at the same time. So this actually isn't a complete negative in their regard either. They can have a conversation as to what they want to do because they have been now. I mean, they got away with that ninja defuse all long, but again, you want to depend on the fact that maybe the bullets don't hit through the smoke. I'd love to see maybe Buncold or someone try and be disruptive towards that deeper C-Long post plant. But I still want to see what the plan is here because again, they managed to do that when Twiston was on C, which again would have been one of the, I guess, danger players if you want to avoid the operator. Still able to work that out. Ran through the utility and garage comfortably. Didn't have anything to worry there. So again, that'll be in the second half of this second OT. But for now, Leviathan have been struggling a little on this side, so I want to see what their adjustment may be as well.
And you have to be a little bit concerned because last time Lev did call that timeout, we saw Vitality counter-strap them perfectly. It was the setup to just try to get King that orb over on C-Long. They triple stack it. They have the blades pop for the side of Twiston. They get the fault line across, and they just go ahead and kill 3 people right off the rip. Let's see if Vitality get a similar clean read this time around as Twiston just pushing past the nano, and there you go. Shy cannot get the kill this time around.
Yeah, that's a difference maker. Twiston still standing. Mazzino wants to deal with it quickly, and he does. Wonderful work. Gets away to the back of the side, and King is here.
So elusive. Needs to win this fight, though. Buncold will strike him down. Plays off that slight one-way decently well. Snazwa, however, does arrive. Luckily as well. Forced out into the open, but he takes the fight and he wins it. A clutch as Lev will take the lead and now have match point in their hands for the very first time.
So flamboyant, so aggressive to refight on that. The audacity. Taco's had a quiet game for his standard, but that fight at the end, again, swinging out here, reading it so well. That's a 1v2 he's worked out to finally give them the upper hand. That's the Taco you need to be seeing. That's been somewhat absent. That little spark or something has given them the upper hand here, but it's not over yet. 14-13, Vitality finally have the chance to answer back with their turn on the defensive side.
Again, back on the defense, though, Twiston going for the operator. Another glass cannon setup. Taco Leah backs away, eludes that paranoia cutting across. And a decent amount of util out of the side of Vitality. They just by applying some pressure to Raj. Twiston now going to be noted here in B. Just fan out and make sure there's no forward pushes here over towards the A side.
Pretty telling anyway, the deep utility, and bear in mind that Sender never got checked deeper in towards garage. The utility towards mid has not been cleared. This is going to be, I don't want to say readable, but it should be understandable for Vitality. They still have Molesy here, they have Bone Cold towards A, they're in the right place, and they're clearing C-Long. So the information game currently, pendulum swing in Vitality favor. However, we've seen the explosive nature of Leviathan. Even with all the cards red, they are still dangerous. And they've got 40 seconds to play with here.
Clock down. Does make it that much more scary when you do go for that site. Exec, if somebody were to fall, much like that. Bone Cold opens it up, finds one. Now going to be stunned. Just wants to try to get a couple darts across, and Twiston watches for the lurk. Try now take it down. The dart's going to find some decent chip damage.
A little bit on King, down to 85. Follow up, not going to find as much, but still there's 3 players. Double stack towards Hell, it looks like, and a slip back towards Sewer for King. The crossfire has to be good. The trades have to be almost divine for Leviathan, or again, OT will be calling.
I know what you're really hoping for is for King to be able to find 2 of these kills here as they push their way into the site, because that gives you the rolling thunder, but instead it's going to be Mazzino, and as we're finding 1, Twisted entries. The King gets 1 before getting taken down. We are not done yet. Lev cannot close it here. It's going to be 14-14. Vitality keep this overtime rolling.
I'd love it's so tricky because Leviathan to an extent then almost not, it's not a complete contact play towards A, but By the time they were really investing utility, they were already deep towards A long. They hadn't cleared the deeper utility towards Garage. They hadn't cleared that B utility, which allowed Twiston to note the player that was coming through that way. Again, it was a little bit of a more comfortable read for Vitality in this, even though it did still come down quite close. You can see the pressure is mounting on these players. And now the question is, but against like, Leviathan, for example, can they keep doing this? Does Vitality have this depth as well? We wanted to find out how much depth these two teams have. This could be a long old game if it keeps going like this.
What's the
I don't.
Why not? Let's just break it.
Don't talk about it.
I'd rather have a long OT than a long tech pause.
That's true. That, you know what? You're not
We're
wrong.
aligned on that.
last OT मेरे को भी लग रहा है ये.
For now. Just looking to go ahead and throw forward in the garage. Turret going to be cleared. Twisted just hopes for a straight shot to connect.
ही जाएगी शायद. Raise है रे आगे.
Assessing the options here. Shuffling around, spike over to
Drone
Bolsey.
करेगा वो.
And they start checking over towards A. Takolia is waiting.
Direct pick भाई.
Spotted. Neither player looking to take that fight aggressively.
All आ गया.
And Twiston's being quite nasty here. He's waiting for those rotations to come in back of contact. Yeah, there's the punish. As soon as Mazzino wanted to try and support, get in a position to rotate towards A, he was waiting for the punish on it. This is actually a really nice play. They're almost trying to counter what they were doing if there was an aggressive push down C long, but he actually gets rewarded on the punish rotation instead. Now they reset somewhat. 35 seconds. They still have a little bit of room to work with on B here. There's the smokes, there's the utility, and there they go towards the B side.
Getting ready to come in with the flank coming through right now from Bone Cold. He's managed to sneak in behind him. Destrian going to be the first one to fall. Spike still gets planted. And Bone Cold unread at the moment in this position, and he's going to look to do maximum damage. He's waiting for his opportunity. There's a tap of the spike. He creeps in. The shots, they whip initially, but he still will eventually find Nazar. Now Takolia taken down. Able to answer back with one, with two. They still need so much more than this.
But then on the spike.
Shai's done it.
Vitality fighting so far ahead where they needed to, maybe overheating a little, taking maybe earlier fights than necessary, caught in the middle of the window. But punished nonetheless, Leviathan, take it to 15, even with that lurk, even with that early pick, it all was starting to look good for Vitality, and then they crumble at the end, and Leviathan once again take the lead.
And this is the best way to start off. They get rid of Destrian before he can take out the safety. Paint shells, the nano swarm, they find the kills. That lurk from Bone Cold should have been everything. It should have been Vitality. Once again, taking this to a map point. It's a little whippy. Still manages to get that kill, but it's enough time for the comms to come through from Leviathan. Makes the call that he's approaching from that A link. King swings out, they find the kill, and then from there, it's nothing but shy. Crisp.
Johnny Sins वाटत है. झाला संपला 16 भाई ए भाई
1917 would be that'd be the OT record. I'm trying to look at this. 1816. I'm seeing a couple of numbers coming through. We'll have to see. I don't know yet. I don't know. It's not there yet. We're fine.
The longest at this event is at 1816.
Bloody hell.
Shout out to Space though. Of course, 1917 at a VCT event. It's the good old DRX versus FPX ascent.
Class. Oh, mid aggression. Hold on. We've not seen this yet. Twiston throwing in a little bit of mid pressure. Haven't seen them go for that look. Really, maybe trying to buy a little bit of time on the default, burn some of that utility on the way in. Yeah, you're going to see a little bit of that sent through the Prowler invested for sure. But again, this default's been decent from Leviathan, but I still want to see a deeper check towards Garage if that was their intention. But it's not. They're still eyeing up this A site. Posturing up 3 players and committing them towards long, leaving 2 on the back lines and a 3-man walk down middle.
Shy, not sure how many he spotted. Either way, he's lucky to get away with his life. Small amounts of damage taken by him. Seems like Bone Cold going to be shifting out of heaven, getting himself onto the A side proper. Smoke comes in from Destrian, just trying to cut off anybody who wants to approach from short. Dart out, and that is a hell of a ping. outline goes across. They get the haunt as well. Mosley tries to clear it, but he's completely paranoid right now. They both tuck that back around the backside of the site. Takalia arrives, finds one, tries to go for the short. He can't make it happen. Mosley picks up two, but there's King.
But it's a 2v2. After all that mayhem, it's still all even. We said inseparable. How much more can they do? King still standing, Shy still there, but for only a second, Sender sends him packing, and now a 1v2 for King. The readjust is nice. But can he divide and conquer these two players? An attempt at the bait on the TP keeps him paranoid. King now worried, but he wants to get proactive. Gets it
Rolling
all.
Thunder.
It's a 1v1, and he does have his ult.
The ult is in. One more teleport pedestrian. But he's got to know that this Rolling Thunder is going to come at him. If he taps the spike, let's see if he can dodge it. He just takes the fight, and King wins it out! The IGL drags them across the finish line once more in a 16-14 victory. Leviathan will narrowly close out on their map pick of Haven.
Narrowly indeed. The crowd is elated. The pressure relieved from Leviathan, because that game was close as hell. What resilience shown from Vitality in just map one. Seth, this is the series I've been looking out for. The Red Bull clutch at the end, but look at this work from King. When I saw it was King and Shy still alive, you know there's a chance in the audacity to take the fight on CT in a moment like this, and wins out, doesn't even have to use the ult. Man, I am just so impressed with them already.
Absolutely gorgeous play, but definitely I think a couple more mistakes, a couple more roadblocks than you might have anticipated given their propensity for playing on Haven. But now we got Pearl on the horizon, Lauren.
We certainly do, and that's what's coming up next, so do not go anywhere. This game is a barn burner.
मजा है अच्छा मेरे को और थोड़ा बड़ा ओटी दिखेगा मेरे को मजा आता है ओटी देखने के लिए क्या मालूम भाई भयंकर प्रेशर आता है मैं उस दिन एनर्जी वाला मैच में भाई हालत टाइट हो गया था भाई भयंकर हालत टाइट होता भयंकर ये देख ये वाला सीन मारी था भाई 9-12 पे 7 का रेट था भाई मैप पे अरे भैंस की टांग पूरा पैसा वसूल मैच था बे कितना 3,500 रुपया बनता है सीधा 3,000 प्लस हाँ? दोनों पे भी नहीं भाई निवेदन समझ गया बे ओटी 9 से 12 लेके का कुछ तो घपला हो गया ना भाई भाई देख 9-12 है अभी तू 12 पे है और मैंने लाइन में 3 राउंड होते तेरे पे प्रेशर बनेगा ना भाई 12 पे क्यों नहीं बनेगा फिर उदास तो होगी भाई तेरी सवाल होगी उदास और उसमें भी तू पहला राउंड निकालेगा तो और उदास होगी भाई 1v2 प्रेशर में आगे वो लोग मालूम है क्योंकि एक राउंड डाउन है ना वो लोग अगर विदाउट फ्री माइंड खेलते ना घुसते ना दोनों मिलके ट्रेड लेने का बस एक का मैप वन इज सच अ बैंगर ओएमजी ये मेरा इंडिया मैं असली में नो कैप बेटू मैं जंगले में नो कैप भयंकर मारा भाई मजा आ गया पर कुछ भी बोल मजा तो है मजा तो है मजा तो है क्या करूं और एक मैं करूं कि नहीं करूं सूझी आगे मेरी फिर भी देखो मैं क्या करूं बे समझ नहीं आ रहा है कर तो सकता हूँ पर हल्की सी नींद भी आ रही है कर तो सकते हैं बेटू बघू ना लेवेथनला जिंकताना भाई लेवेथनला जिंकताना बघू बोललो लेवेथनला जिंकताना बघू असं बोललो मी तू काय काय कमी ऐकायला आलं भाई भाई 500 के पण झाले जोकर के हवेलीचे हाँ भाई बंदा ने मचा डाला भाई आके इधर वो सीड बेचारा अभी तक 446 के पे ही पड़ा उसकी मेन चैनल पे और वो देख वो पीछे से आके भाई व्हाट अ जोक 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 भाई पर कंटेंट है भाई बंदा कंटेंट रियल कंटेंट वो बनाता है गेमिंग कम्युनिटी में देखिएगा तो ये एक जोकर कुछ भी करेगा भाई कंटेंट के लिए कुछ भी हाँ अबे सीन क्या होना है गॉडलाइक वाले ने फेमस एक आधा गॉडलाइक वाले ने फेमस किया उसको पहला ही वो जॉनथन वगैरह सब नियो वगैरह वॉच इसमें बैठे थे डिस्कॉर्ड पे और तभी रेड मार दिया था उस पे तो तभी थोड़ा फेमस हुआ फिर कृतिका सब लोग मरफा के लिए फेमस था ना वो एक सुन ले मरफा के लिए फेमस था भाई मेरा ये नहीं दिख रहा स्क्रीन तो मरफा के लिए फेमस था इसके लिए वो फिर सोल उसने डाव डाल दिया हाँ कौन क्यों आया नहीं आज क्या उन किधर है मेरा ना ये हो गया भाई ये देख स्क्रीन दिख ही नहीं रहा है अबे कितना टाइम से नहीं दिख रहा था भाई हेलो कि मेरा ये हो गया है दिख रहा है ये रोसी आया फिर से
But I'm Yingsu, I've got Brent, Saisho and SK Rossi with me here. Rossi, talk me through what you thought of that game.
That game was all about King and Shy. I mean, how many rounds did King save for them? You know, it's just insane. Like, every round he just wins for them. And it was like King show.
Yeah, it really, really was.
No, I mean, that guy is just a freak. He's just a freak of nature. Like, going up on that stage in that fashion, but just look at how close this was as well. I mean, a classic combination of Leviathan going to OT on Haven and taking it 16-14 again.
Exactly the same as when they played against Xset. The same level of chaos and clutches and absurd moments and King stealing the show. I mean, it's just bonkers. It always happens on this map. And I feel sorry for the Vitality guys because the set plays, the mid-rounding, they had such awesome ideas, but they couldn't keep it going. The strat book ran out and that you could feel the tension, the pressure, the inexperience all mounting up.
I want to quickly talk about the pistol rounds as well. Of course, with that map, that means they've now officially lost 8 pistols in a row. Rossi, you know, you were on the 6 of those you were involved in. So what do you think is going on with them? Why are they losing so many pistols?
I think they're not gathered up or clumped up on the pistol rounds. You know, it's just like people peeking solo against 4-5 people. I think that's the part. I think like Vitality just by Sheriff, you know. After every eco round on the eco round, they just win. After the pistol round, they just win like so many rounds, and the Sheriff is just so good.
I mean, I think they're going to be kicking themselves though as well, because you look at that stat, right, and how close that map was. Vitality, if you win a pistol round there, despite the fact that they were winning the rounds afterwards because of just sheer heroics as well, like in that one instance, I think in the first half, you win a pistol round, you win that map.
And there were so many other moments as well, though, that they could have won. The Bone Cold inside a smoke, and somehow Mazzino kills him. And listen, there were just so many moments that we could go over and over and over.
And let's go over one of those moments right now in the Verizon high-speed moment of the match. Of course, this massive from Leviathan. I think it was a 2v5 they managed to win, and this was in regulation time, and it felt like Brent so long ago.
And this was just crazy as well, because up until this point, Vitality was so clean with the trading and being able to play off of each other. And it was that 2v5 that just didn't go their way. And Bone Cold, the decision there as well to just wide swing with the util out. Multi does a really good job of maintaining this kill there in Garage. But Shy is just like the finisher here, man. I mean, this guy has been so consistent as that final level, that final layer in terms of like when it gets down to that situation where it's just him or King, always bringing it to them.
Yeah, I think SK Rossi hit the nail on the head earlier, and while we were watching the match as well, you were saying this is all about the mental game now.
Yeah.
Because when it gets to that kind of point, Vitality clearly have the skill, the talent, and the strats, but they lost it. They didn't have the experience, and King and Shy did.
I mean, it's a 5v2. It's really hard to come back from that. And the scoreline is not like it's not the beginning stage of the game. It's like the end stage of the game, and you lose a 5v2, and it's very difficult to come back from that. And it's all about the mental game from there.
Yeah.
I mean, one guy was really trying to keep them in the game over and over again is Twiston.
Yeah.
Here he is in the aim lab shooting around as he is warming up for the next map. Ross, you know, earlier you said that the way that they could beat them is to kind of punish Twiston. Do you feel like they did enough of that?
No, I don't think so. Twiston was still stealing the show there, but you know, like there were two people from the other side, it's King and Shy.
They just outdid him, I guess.
I think they had some really good ideas to set Twiston up, though. There was a lot of aggression, and it's coordinated. The set play that they had to punish the ult orb being picked up, where Twiston's up on top with his knives, that's awesome. Vitality, I think, played the better game on Haven, but they couldn't keep it together towards the end.
Yeah, it was always about the clutch rounds and the close situations. It's always, I think it's just the pressure.
And now I'm looking forwards as well, looking at Twiston as a player, right? Because the guy is pretty new to the big stage like this. He's putting up unbelievable numbers as well for someone who is kind of new to this kind of pressure and global stage. But when you lose in the fashion that you did on map number 1, heading forwards, you got to keep it together. And that is going to be the next big test for Vitality, because you cannot think about map 1 and how close you were to claiming it. You just have to solely focus and reset the mental heading into Pearl. And that can be so difficult to do with like a newly formed...
तो भी रे इतना नहीं मॉडल वॉडल डालना मांगते हैं पानी भर के आए
What you guys are doing? This is not how you guys play. And
अब पानी उठने मांगते बस Let's fucking go. Let's fucking.
Twisted.
Yeah, we did want to see Taco heat up early and actually get into the game earlier on. Yes, he activated an OT. I want to see him find that impact here. Him on the Jet, I think he looks way more comfortable overall than the Raze, if I'm honest. I think it suits him hands down way better.
I mean, he's played it, what, now 11 times, something to that figure, so it's not been a big experience agent for him. The Jet very much should be, lend itself to a lot more comfort for Taco Leah.
Can't wait to see what he does with it. But on the other side, Vitality, those losses, even in those moments, so difficult because it was that damn close, but very strained start. No one wanted to overstep here, but that confidence going to be building off that first pick. Taking down Twiston is a huge scalp to claim.
The thing I am looking for from Taco Leah is a bit of an improved performance here on this map, because when they did beat Best Zeta, crushing that first map of Ascent, and then wasn't finding that much value. Okay, King just eats all of that damage, but it doesn't matter, still finds Bone Cold. Pedestrian's able to trade back too. Man advantage there for the side of Lev. Plant does come in. Sender playing out from B-Link. Needs to really help keep Destrian protected.
Yeah, Sender needs to really create a nice crossfire here. Has to just kind of commit the all RCT. That paranoia that's on to be coming late middle has been the death of him, and Leviathan clearing perfectly. I love the little set piece they had in play to try and clear through B-Link there. That worked quite well, but even still finding value on the site, Leviathan's still doing damage, and once again, Vitality's inability, it feels, to win pistols has come back to haunt them.
Now, what are we at, 0 and 9?
Something like that, something horrific.
Something to that effect.
Yep.
Not been great, but again, let's see if they can go ahead and convert this, because those ever dangerous sheriffs are going to be coming through. Sender himself not looking to pick one up. He was one of the really big factors in that split game. The sheriff in hand. Nope, never mind. He's got it. The call's been made. The sheriff savants, I believe, as we deem them on the desk. Let's see if they can get it done once more.
But if you're Leviathan, you've got to be so readily available for this. It's so characteristic of this side now. Early flash will give away Sender's position, but not exactly the end of the world. You can see Twiston trying to test towards R early on. A little bit of a split towards A potentially. Plenty of bodies in between here and there though, and a whole boat of utility too.
Turret playing contact to try to swing off that one. Nebula does come up. Some press out on the Nazwart. Just clears the haunt. Can wait this out, and then we'll have those flashes available yet once more. Dash now gone. Dogs could be sent over. Will spot Senders. There's still somebody lingering around A. Was able to go ahead and pick up that ult orb as well. Get it one step closer towards having lockdown available.
Yeah, and they deal with utility pretty early on if you're Vitality. They've cleared well through up, but now they start to deal with players in the place. Deep Flash will confirm attendance and actually does connect pretty well on this. Taco almost overextending towards A main, but again, you want to see him confident. You want to see him taking that space as he's done well. Doesn't even get to be punished on it either. Falls away freely towards Pit, and still none of Vitality able to close down towards him.
Couple spams through. Taco Leo will be taken down. Has to go for the reload there. Dangerous spot. A brief moment from Shy as Twiston will wrap around the side. Gets that headshot across and gets another one. Shy dead. King will again be there to finish the job, but fantastic amount of damage dealt here from the side of Vitality, getting rid of 3 of these weapons.
Again, they always seem to find the small successes in these second rounds, but bigger picture, Leviathan off to the start that they needed. You got Taco way more activated this time. King still putting up that performance we want to be seeing from map 1. I just want to see what happens if Taco keeps this level of confidence high, because I think that's the one missing factor that could set Leviathan that one step ahead here. Yes, we know that Twiston is exceptionally good, but we had a very missing Taco on the first map, and they're still able to overcome the opponents. So if he is able to find this form, feel that confidence early on, that's where my eyes really tend to go towards. And similar scenes here, but again, the bonus round here quite light in regards to what Leviathan have. Spectres, Stingers, and a couple of Sheriffs coming out. So the question gets posed, how clean do Vitality keep this with their rifles and the light armor beside them? Oh no, Taco! He's been set up for success. Cheeky as you like, slippery as ever. And that's 2 rifles gone, and they are very much collectible late round.
As they go ahead and drift away, back over towards shop, into B. Go ahead and pick them up. So far, they're still showing some apprehension of pushing that position, and seems like it's actually quite wise, because they're doubling back at least to push their way in through mid-link. with a nice little jiggle will go ahead and spot him out. Does get tagged down to 62. Still garner great deal of information.
You could see the pings earlier on from Leviathan that there was a chance that someone had slipped through towards kind of, the mid-connector, go down towards water, but no one actually had. Now they've backfilled it a little, play some utility, but it gives them a fair fight towards the site. Somewhat, a 3v2. There is still King here, and maybe it outweighs his singular value. Destrian trying to close in towards long, but again, wall's still there. Not going to be easy. 15 seconds now. They're running out of time.
They are, and looks like they're wearing this position. They do spam it out. King was trying to lurk, didn't go for the destruction on that 0.9 because he wanted to try to hide his positioning, but Shy and Nazwer, they go ahead, they storm their way in. They're going to go ahead and convert this bonus. 3-0 start now for Leviathan.
And 2 rifles taken into this round. Actually, I think it was 3 at the end potentially. I'm not 100% sure. But again, winning out in every way that they wanted to. Yeah, got a little dicey at the end there. A couple of casualties, sure, but you'll suffer through that considering your purchase was nothing. It's off the back of this slippery little play, just sitting tucked in off the back of the contact as soon as they came through on, which was a high priority area that Vitality had been trying to address early on. So a nice little counter from Leviathan.
All right, that's a new look from Owner.
That's a gif. That's a gif right there. And the buyback here is atrocious to Vitality. They're really suffering under the weight of this, and already Taco, Operator, is out and about, and not shy to make, make a little noise with it either.
Okay, just the one tag there on Destrian through the wall. Obviously no healing available. The Skyless composition is Bone Cold just trying to clear the turret. Kings is now not allowed to play this position at all. Really good early damage already out here on the Vitality members. Twisted with this Judge needs to be able to get into close quarters. He's got the dash, it's at the ready, pushes in. Taco's just gonna back away, doesn't even want to try to challenge holes, and that's wise.
Yeah, smart choice. Doesn't need to overstay his welcome. They can potentially play for a retake here. They still have good information on the back lines. The chip damage has been achieved, but they still need to get past these players. So again, that Operator should take somewhat of a back seat, and it's going to be hard to clear those close corners that Twiston, for example, is trying to lock down. Needs support, though. He can't be doing this alone. Let's see if he does have that support on the way through. Smoke invested to allow for the cross. The timing's great. Twiston, Judge back to hand and ready to go.
Yep, they just have to pull away from this position. They don't want to try to challenge it anymore. They're going to try to get him from the other side, and the flash timing is perfect. Taco finds a headshot, but Bone Cold answers back. 3 members left on either side. The post-plant util, however, looking very weak for the side of Vitality. They're just holding this up to half now. They pull off of it. Both players on all sides, really dangerously low. There's the headshot. The hold's coming through, but Sender's got it. The 3K to drag them across the finish line. They somehow make it work.
Vitality, please. What the hell is that? Sheriff's out. A Marshal to the Judge back site. Bloody hell, have a watch of this Red Bull clutch again. Twiston, yeah, dirty with it on the quick shot there, but Bone Cold still doing great damage at the start, but it was Sender at the end. Oh, that's a Vitality round if you've ever seen one. Scrappy as you like. Now, it does quell the, I guess, the swell of the money that could have happened here for Leviathan, but they're still able to buy back into this. So right back into the thick of things, and early work from Taco. Sees nothing in middle, and they have been exploring towards Art as a high priority place, right? That's what we've been seeing. So this could be quite indicative. This is a heavier A piece, but again, let's see how much they read into this one. Do they re-clear through Art? Do they continue to keep someone postured up on that with that Sky?
Lockdown, Cosmic Divide at the ready. Good tools to get themselves safely into the site. Orb snatched up there from Molesy just to try to get even closer towards that null command as well. There's the divide. Prowler leads in, flash over the top. Dash in right up close, Twisted getting ready to push out of the smoke. Nazworth's the first one to fall. Snaps on, but Taco answers back. Mazzino as well, finding 2, and they will just go ahead and shut them out of this push.
You don't get fair fights against Leviathan. They fight as a team. The trades are gorgeous. See what I mean?
Oh, no.
You don't get a fair fight on them. Leviathan play as 5 strong. Every single fight is there. Every single trade is there. The fact that Taco was able to get away, tucked in towards a site like that, while you had someone like Mazzino bailing him out as well. It's just perfect. It's so hard to break down, even with that divide in place. Look at the push and pull here. As soon as they're trying to clear that close angle, you've got the swing coming through from A-Link. It's just gorgeous to watch. And as said, Leviathan, you're not going to find easy picks towards them. They are in just perfect positioning here. That's how you stabilize, though. I think that was 4 standing at the end. Rifle's going to come across, and it crushes Vitality right back down to Sheriffs.
तारिक का स्ट्रीम नहीं देख रहा भाई मैं। तारिक लिख क्या रहा है भाई? तारिक प्रेशर बॉल प्रेशर सबकी वाट लगाता भाई। प्रेशर भाई सबकी वाट लगाता। प्रेशर भाई
Taco is going to be that player.
Blitz at the ready. Taco just hugging back here behind the screen. Looks like they just want to see if they can spot anybody out there on the site. Knew that there wasn't going to be an operator on the opposing side, so didn't go for the shop up draft play. Though Hattie actually probably could have been able to catch Taco.
This is almost a indicator of what we saw before, right? The Nanoswarm clears down towards the end of B-Link, but this time looking to get that double door pressure going through. The Prowler should find Shy, and this should be the swing off the back, but actually Leviathan not really being too affected, just having to respect the smokes as it stands. Vitality gets space. They work for it, though. They've had to put a lot of utility early into this, but now I need to see them convert that towards a site, and you can see the counter to this. Taco taking space elsewhere. It's going to be towards ramp. It's going to be towards B-Long. Does get the pressure on, but again, they've taken over mid here. This is really tricky for Leviathan to feel comfortable with.
Okay, little whiffy there from King. Still puts Sender down to 5 HP, though. It's not going to be the greatest concern, but Shy was able to confirm that at least one person got through that mid position. Now should anticipate that the majority of the players have, and yeah, should have been enough to at least spot 1 or 2. Taco just looks to hold close. Dash in, the blades connect. Twistin gets the headshot. That could just be the entry done. Zeno now stuck in a bad spot, does trade 1 before getting taken down. Spike has to be recovered though, and yeah, they're running out of time.
They gotta get this down now. Shy! Death from above! This guy is impossible to remove. Safe pair of hands, an explosive play. Leviathan once again handling Vitality. In those final couple of seconds there, Seth, it looked like it could have been Vitality finding what they needed. They cleared the site. They'd done what they had to off of the back of that man, Twistin. 2 critical kills. And then Shy answers back in kind, and then more.
I mean, he already got a Verizon high speed. Might as well give him the reflex as well. With plays like that. This guy, full comfort is, I mean, Otis just bouncing up and down in his seat.
Look, you want to see how well Secret Labs chairs are made. I mean, that's a pretty telling
They can
sign.
take
That
some
man
abuse.
is pulling it apart, but 5-1, buyback in for Vitality. We do see the operator into play for Taco again. See how that looks in his hands. Couple of ults now sitting with Vitality try and implement, but already that hard denial is huge. That's half the map of their access points denied here.
Yeah, and they know that they consistently have been challenging for position, trying to, just gain all of that space in art. So they say, okay, we just throw the pit down, cut off that access point, which makes A that much more unassailable. So again, it's going to be Vitality turning their eyes towards B site. This time, though, Taco Lia, he's got another operator in his hands.
They're ready
Bots
for it.
one, there it is.
But they're not ready for it being that quick. This guy is like bottled lightning when he goes off. And he's pushing up for a bit more. Has to respect it now. The lockdown's going to be there. How long does he try and linger? How long does he stand?
Pretty
He's
damn
rejecting!
long. Gets another one. Twistin taken out, and that puts them down to 3 players. He's got to try to make his way out of here, and he just narrowly does avoid getting detained. Space gained. The plant can come through.
Good choice.
One spotted. Can he win out on both?
Mozzie making the right choice here. He had to have done that. He had to take some space because they didn't have CT. It wasn't safe. Going back around, Vitality winning out the fights they need. Now just 2 alive. It's a 2v3. Spike planted. Time on Vitality's side finally. Oh, but Taco! This guy is different. That's 3 kills already. He could be on for the ace.
He could be. He's going to go ahead, grab a rifle. They heard the shot from Sender. He gets the fourth. The fifth not quite going to come through. Sender puts him down to the ground, brings it now to a 1v1. But he's looking the wrong way. Gets a read of it. But now they're running out of time as we're just trying to bait him in here, make sure that he can't carry this gun forward. At this point, it's not going to happen, but as well, will not be able to escape. The spike will explode. The op will be left on the ground. And Vitality will narrowly scrape by the second round victory.
Almost a massacre at this man's hands. At first was just unthinkable. The audacity to double dip, and then this shot just, filthy. But credit to Vitality to still running them down on the clock, playing it perfectly at the end. Desperate to play to that tune of the timer. 5-2, they get the second on the board. They break the trend. They break the run of rounds. There's no 3 on the trot now. But the buy's still here for Leviathan, and they still have a couple of ults to play with themselves. One still left with the Vitality, but a lighter purchase, light armor. That's all they can really offer into this round.
And again, heavy focus from both teams over towards mid. Taco just holding, trying to just jiggle around, try to get the spot on him, but it's going to be Bone Cold taken down. And you mentioned that operator, or rather that ult being available. That's the ult gone.
Yeah, and he can just dip away here. They still have support systems in place. King can kind of backfill that role. He's now slipped through towards Art. He is omnipresent in this map. He wants to be the instigator of all of this mayhem. Twisted on the other side seems a bit cautious. I think he's feeling this out now. Does not like what he's seeing. Try and just hold for a second, pause for thought, see if they can punish any over-aggress.
I think the dog spotted Twisted as well. They're still wary that somebody will be lurking there in Art. Flash up over the top. Give them all the confirmation that they need. And from here, this Vitality, how do you decide to approach this? Not having the Nightfall try to escort your way into the site could prove to be very brutal.
Rather than peeking towards Art, sitting a little deeper, Leviathan giving him just that little bit of room, having to respect this round now. Vitality have fought hard for this space.
30 seconds left.
Zeno sat here in the site, looking for the wall bang attempt. He's trying to answer back in kind, but angle's just a little bit off. Once he changes it up, and Zeno does get knocked down to 33. King gonna be finished off.
Yeah, but they're not out of the woods just yet. Clears towards pit, Destrin's done well there. That's Mazzino gone. But does he recheck this? If he re-peeks this, he's in danger. Up and over the top! Taco trying to get a little nasty with it, and Leviathan just crushing Vitality, and Twisted alive, and he's still behind the divide. He has no idea, but the reveal, he finds Shy, but he has to take down Taco.
Taco
dashes
switching
forward!
Oh, the right click!
You wanted a counter to Twister, you got it in Taco. We've finally seen what's taken him down, someone willing to challenge, and someone willing to best him.
And it's such a bold maneuver, but he plays it to absolute perfection. Just rushes him down. Knows that holding the angle with the operator is just not going to be good enough. It's a bit rough. I mean, Mazzino swinging out without having that flash to escort from Nazwer is definitely a big risk. He gets punished for it, but man, does Takolia make up for it. I mean, already, Lauren, just look at his stat line, 15, 5, and 2. You can tell that this man is very well at home with the Jet.
100%, but you look at who else is around the map with him. You got King, who's been playing perfectly towards B, being a really nice anchor towards that B-Link side. There's that ult we've been waiting to see come out. I wonder how much value it finds, because it looks like Twiston was up for the challenge there, but Shy having to respect this fall away, but he takes a body with him.
Brutalized. Takolia does fall, but there's a push in. Nazwer swings in and also guns down Molesey. The attempt at the Thrifty really starts falling apart. Bone Cold does have an operator, but see if he can find one. If he can't, shot goes up top, up high. It's just Sender getting pinched on as Leviathan continue to run away with this map, with this half.
They are in fine form right now, Seth. This is a different looking Leviathan from map 1. Got a little too close for comfort, and now they're fighting fire with fire, and Leviathan seem to be burning a little hotter. 7-2, and you got to see the rounds from Vitality here a little sporadic. Unable to string much together, not getting the ults at the right time to try and complement them either. The little utility setups, we've seen them trying to invest, not finding the value to be able to springboard off it. Someone like King's been wonderful at holding still towards B-Link. You've got now Shy occasionally coming over towards that mid-connector. Totally different look this time, though. As already Taco taking a couple of brave steps towards middle here.
Vitality desperately need to get a fire lit underneath them. Run back these last 3, make it a 7-5 half. You and I were talking about it during the break. The concern about coming to this map again after they dropped it to Global Esports. Have they managed to fix the mistakes that were there? Not sure if that's the case, or really right now it seems like Lev have just studied it and they know exactly what Vitality wants to do every single round. But if they can't rebound here, it feels like going over after the halftime should just be a one-sided affair.
Still, trying to pressure these double doors has not really netted them what they wanted long term. Again, this is what I credit King for. He's been a constant nuisance and trying to keep that under wraps, allowing the freedom then on the rest of the extremities to come through. Someone then like Taco can start, you know, pressuring through by Art, which is done already. A pick towards middle.
Okay. Oh. Squeaky bum time there for Shy. Knockdown 36.
30 seconds left.
The clock getting run down. Divide comes out. That should leave no illusions as far as where they're intending to play this, and there you go. Lockdown invested. They will be able to get this plant off, but they still have to back out of the site. Taco Leah finds Sender on the lurk.
That's a big element removed now, because Taco is good at clearing towards long. We've seen it just moments ago, and the first glimpses now. Does miss the first attempt at it, but a tap on the spike's going to draw the attention and draw the fire, but this time it's not just a tap, it's a hold. Shy has finally been denied off it, but there's the danger back in. Taco's going to make more impact, and it needs to happen now. The defuse, they can't deny it!
And they will just go ahead and steal this one right out from under their noses yet again. Taco, another 4K round for him. Thought maybe he'd have the ace. He wasn't looking to over-aggress for it. He wants to hold on to the operator. And also really just continue to bank up that cash. But I mean, this opening kill, we didn't get to see it on screen. Taking down Molesy, just that narrow sight line. And he's just playing like a man possessed. Up in his hands on the jet. It seems like there's nothing that can be done to slow him down.
I mean, caged away on the first map, not feeling comfortable on the agent he was playing, finally gets that release, finally gets a go-ahead and says, hey, have at it, do what you want, and he's absolutely doing that. The support systems are great as well. It's all there for him. And a little bit of a switch up again this time. Look at this new adjustment. We're going to have King sitting towards Art this time. You're going to have the Sky combination trying with Shy maybe. I don't know how I feel about it, but right now it's looking good. Destrian gets just thrown to the wolves.
Just charging in, just trying to break something open over at doors. Ends up dying. Sender with a nice kill, of course, with the Sheriff. It does get rid of Mazzino, so there goes the rest of the Nebulas in the round here for the side of Leviathan. So a bit more space to work with, perhaps, for Vitality. Lockdown going to be used as well, just to try to flush them out of this site so they can get in safely and get that plant down. But used by King, not perfectly landing, so they've got a really good avenue to just push forward and avoid getting clipped.
Yeah, but Twiston's just carrying on. And maybe thinking he had a little bit more time on that, but absolutely not. The cross being watched as well. That's not an easy point of access, but 5 HP and Sender. Oh, the turret's got him. That's lovely. Very heads up play. No plant until now.
Do get it rolling through. Taco Leah dashing ready. There's the Prowler, instantly cleared. 2 towards Art, 1 on the site. Bone Cold trying to escape. They spot him, they gun him down. That's 3 for Shy. Cloudburst comes up. And the spike. Oh, the Nanoswarm will deny a little bit more. It's just not quite planted for them, and Shy just charges in to clean up for 9 rounds now locked in for Leviathan, who are running away with this defending side.
Maybe Vitality burning the candle at both ends on map 1, giving it everything they had, and now sadly into map 2. Vitality looking a little flat here, not able to get the grip on the game, and you're seeing Taco dropping 20 and 1/2. This guy is just absolutely unchained, but you've got to also then note in this round, Shy having a whale of a time. As said, there are 3 superstars right now, at least on this team, that are stepping up in some individual moments. King, that last map, Shy every map, he's always good, and then Taco now joining. You've got 3 heavy hitters, finding form, and Vitality now are being doused by this.
You just haven't needed to have King have that same impact from the last map. Clearly everybody way more comfortable coming into this Pearl. They've got that warm up, that nail biter map out of their way. And for now, Leviathan breathing easy. Push out, Taco's good for the kill. Destrian immediately out of there, and again, that is going to be the smoke squad. The Nebula, he gets the leg on the Twiston as well.
This
just to further weaken them.
He could do no wrong, and is that another tag on Twiston?
Smoke.
Okay, it's fine. Oh my god, they are just now holding on to things. They've just about got stability on the site for maybe getting a plant here. Twiston does go down to 3 here. Send a Molesy Bone Cold. Do you have something left in the tank? There is a flank on the way. This is maybe an inevitable crunch coming in, but Vitality now hyper-focused towards Taco. Waiting for it to spring.
He was out of the way. He did not get spotted by the alarm bot, so they might not know that it's coming. Sender does do well to find one more, but Mazzino now stepping up. Bone Cold needs to get the clutch. The knives whipping. He gets the kill. There's the bite to try to flush him out, and it's just burning him down.
He's so confused.
He didn't know where he was.
He was so confused. King's flank was from nowhere. Had no idea.
He should have just enough time.
Yeah, he's fine. He should be fine.
Down to the wire, a couple seconds remaining. But you can see that right now, the comms, they're getting shaken up. That alarm bot not triggering on that flank adds to the confusion of where that snake bite comes from.
I have to say, long story short, Leviathan, there were rumors, there were whispers, you know, the scrim bucks about this side were at an all-time high. And I think we're seeing exactly as to why Taco on 21 kills on the half here. This is a performance he's putting on a show, so don't go anywhere.
Rossi bhai.
Prior as well, you know, not only about this Jet head-to-head, but about, you know, the kind of level of experience that's needed to be able to come back after that map 1 when you know you should have won it.
Again, when he played against Zeta on defense, he had 81 ACS. Taco's performance is making all of the difference between why Pearl now looks unbeatable, because you can't get past Taco.
And we were singing the praises of players like King and Shy being the difference makers for them to pull it through on Haven. They're not even needed on this map. They haven't been needed because Taco has just been taking charge of the situation. He's been dominating from top to bottom.
And Rossi, it feels like after what happened in the last map, Vitality, they just can't get out of that mental state.
Yeah, it's like it still haunts, right? It was your map. It was very close, and Vitality could have won it, and they know it. And when the pressure starts building up, when they start losing the Pearl map, they realize that we could have won the first map and the momentum could have gone our way, but it's not anymore.
Yeah, and everybody on Leviathan is pumped up. Everyone's playing off the crowd. The crowd is going nuts to it too. And I think all of this is going to be weighing onto Vitality. Remember that Vitality can see what you're seeing here. They can see King going nuts and standing up. They can see the crowd chanting in their ears and supporting the opposing team.
And this is something that you'll never really be prepared for without just that event experience, something that Vitality are only just getting now.
Well, Vitality, they need a miracle here, but Pansy and Kilios, we've seen it before. Will we see it here?
Unfortunately, I don't think so. I mean, look, if there was ever a time to win a pistol round,
now please.
This damn well is it.
Oh, man.
And as you can see, Leviathan only dropping 1 so far.
The odds aren't great, Seth. The odds, you know, there's something about the numbers there that tell me this is worrying.
It already sucks to potentially get eliminated from this tournament. It would suck even more to get eliminated from this tournament after going 0 and 10 in pistols.
Oh god, Twiston's in danger. He can't actually get away. The overrun Shy mows him down. And Taco's on the site. Leviathan are rolling through him already.
The scouting is just absolute perfection. Molesy will be able to trade 1 back.
Good fight, good fight.
And on to Shy as well to make it limit even, but they're just running at him. And suddenly Destrian's the last man standing.
It's just a death ball, and Destrian, bless his heart. They are a little wounded. King down low, gets a fair fight. A 1!
Swings.
But you never get a fair fight.
0 and 10 in pistol rounds here at Lock-In, Lauren.
Oh, it's a bad time to not be good at pistols. It's a bad time that is a bit of a problem. But hey, caveat to that, they are really good at these second rounds when they just get sheriffs and get kind of weird with it. There's still a little bit of danger. They're not completely out of the woods, but Leviathan are just growing strength by strength. It's very hard to stop this now. We've got 2 rifles coming out. Taco and Shy both getting on the rifles now. Vandals in hand, sheriffs and marshals. Give me something here, Vitality. Let's see it.
Sign of life, a willingness to fight back. The ability to fight back would be great to see. From how this series started with the absolutely insane overtime on Haven, it felt like surely Pearl was also going to deliver. Unfortunately, it seems Vitality. Gas is running low in the tank right now. Util around the back, spots out Bone Cold. He's gonna have to reroute through shops, joining through that B link.
There's no subtlety to this now. All in towards B. A 5v5 on the site. And a little bit of caution being shown by Leviathan, not getting overwhelmed here just yet. Chipping away slowly at Vitality. Now Sender and Bone Cold, well, you know, a little worse for wear, but still standing. And now they go. Taco picks up the pace. Only a ghost by his side, but he's feeling well enough to do it. Vitality trying to do some damage back, but nothing really connecting just yet.
Taco Leo just waiting to see if he can see some shots coming out from that link.
There it is.
Twistin, yep, gets the headshot. And that's exactly what we're wanting to see. Vitality not going down without a fight. Spike now here on the ground does get picked up. A little bit of damage out. The man to trade it back though. Shy again coming up with 2. And now we find Naswar in a 1v2. And Sender will go ahead and send him to his grave. They pull it off again, Lauren. I don't know how, but they manage to win out the eco round to keep themselves afloat.
And they sneak away with 2 of the rifles. That's huge for them. Look, Vitality, maybe not that first round, but the second, they do really well at. So they've given themselves a chance. And I'll say it's a slim chance because the climb back into this game would need no pop-off rounds from Taco, no clutches from Shy, no, you know, quiet heroics from King. And that feels like it's inevitable, but prove me wrong, Vitality. See if you can activate Twistin, get Sender into this game. Let's see what we can get going here, because as it stands, you've got a long road ahead of you, a marathon of a game to turn this around.
I mean, it would be one of the greatest comebacks that we've seen, at least certainly at this tournament, the best one. But it would definitely go down in history, but that double swing, managing to find a single elimination. Molzy quick on the reply, but then Destrian taken down. Molzy's doing his damnedest, but he's only able to find 1. Now that's gonna be a weapon here in the hands of
Spike
King,
down.
but Spike is down, as you say.
Okay, trying to buy a little bit of time, but Mazzino's got a little bit of room to work here. Sender expects it, but seems nervous, looks worried, backs away, and rightly so. He's on his own here. Twistin's over by Pit. He is not able to help him yet. Spike is recovered, and Twistin trying to creep a little closer.
They're wary of this, but the wall bang looking good. They take him down so low, but Shy just swings the corner. He takes him out of the fight, and this would be a tragedy if they convert this. 1v1, a lockdown at the ready. Does he decide to use it?
Oh my God, Shy!
He doesn't even need it.
Anything Vitality can do, Leviathan can do better right now. 12-3, they turn it right back around. And it's no longer just map point, it's match point. And Vitality now are clutching at straws. They get 2 rifles on. They have 1 away from the ult on Sender, 1 away from Molzy, but none ready to be played into such a pivotal round. Leviathan on the verge of crushing them now.
And that should just be the breath ripped away rather from Vitality. 2 rifles, a Ghost, a Sheriff, a Spectre. They try to keep themselves in this. Molzy does manage to grab the ult over by A. Null Command is at the ready. Sender just one off having that lockdown. But instead, he's going to be staring into the face of the attacking lockdown. Shy slaps it on the ground as they continue to inch their way up towards the B site. The full rotation coming across. Null Command out from Molzy. And a nice opening kill from Sender, but it's quickly traded back.
Yeah, good trades, but look at the weaponry again. Still Sheriff, still bits and pieces. Molzy's gone down. It's a 4v3 standing. Bone Cold, Twist, and Destrian. Where's your way in here? What is going to get you back into this round to try and get away from this? The spike's still not planted yet. They haven't found full safety on this. Now allowing enough time for the rest to come back up. We're at a 4v4.
They res him, he's instantly tagged back down to 22, and they finally get the spike planted within the pit. Flash goes across. Cosmic Divide going to be invested as well. Mazzino just really looking to end this right here, right now.
They still have to dig them out along, and Twiston is desperate for it, but Leviathan not falling for their games, not sweating on the plant just yet. But now the spam comes out, it's found the first.
And there's the Nano Swarm to take down Bone Cold. It seems like Lev should be able to end things right here, right now. Destria desperately trying to flush them out, trying to hunt them down. But there is nothing to be found other than death and demise. Vitality fall. 13-3, Leviathan can hold their heads high in front of the crowd as they knock out the MEA representation.
मस्त मैच हो मस्त मैच हुआ रे बाबा मस्त हुआ मैच ओपी मैच था ओपी
Across both maps, performing at an incredibly high level. Yes, Taco, this was his map by all means. He ran this lobby, but Shy was right there, also leading the charge this whole way throughout. Through all of those overtime rounds, that 16-14 Haven, and then this absolute decimation of Vitality in the 13-3.
But roll your minds back to map 1. Vitality put up a marvelous game.
Absolutely.
Truly a team to be looked out for, and you know, I called them the gunslingers of EMEA because I genuinely think they are one of the most dangerous teams to come up against. This time around, they met their match. A team that can burn even brighter than them, Leviathan.
Jai.
They did their damnedest. I think they surprised all of us by pushing them to the limit, but it felt like after suffering that loss on that map, it was just a bit too much to recover from. But that's something that comes with experience, it comes with time. Players' first time on a stage like this, especially with a crowd that is against you. And as long as you can utilize this experience and put it towards growth in your competitive career, then it's nothing but upward. So Vitality, I'm looking forward to seeing them in the future at more events because they clearly have what it takes.
Oh, they absolutely do. Wondrous potential within that squad. Twiston.
Can we have Rossi on the desk?
And I'll harken back to what SK Rossi said on the desk earlier.
Yes.
You have that performance from your IGL and rallies the rest of the team. And it felt like that rallying really came to the forefront here on Pearl. Everybody playing out of their minds. King did not have to be the star. He did not have to drag the team over the finish line, getting those clutches. They were very much reinvigorated by that map 1 performance.
Just beautiful VALORANT coming through from them. Really quite beautiful to watch.
It's just clean stuff. And now this means that we get an incredible series on the horizon of this Leviathan going up against Na'Vi.
And what contrasting styles of VALORANT you get. Hyper explosive against some of the most considered and articulate ways of playing. A beautiful contrast there, as you said, on the horizon. I cannot wait for that game, but long story short, I think we've had a fabulous series here. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to cast this with you, and it would be a miss to not highlight an MVP as well, right?
Yes.
But this is a hard vote, because this obviously includes map 1, map 2. Where would you...
नींद आ रहा है मेरे को पर रॉसी के लिए रुका हूँ मैं हमको रॉसी से मिलना है रॉसी ड्रिप करेंगे अपन ड्रिप करेंगे
the desk in just a moment to wrap everything up and put a bow on it.
Fuck that shit. 4K watching. Hello. लाइक करो बे लाइक करो जो इतने रात को 3 बजे आए भाई लाइक करके जाओ अगर नए रहे तो सब्सक्राइब भी कर सकते हो पैसे नहीं लगते उसके पैसे नहीं लगते सब्सक्राइब के तो आप सब्सक्राइब भी मार सकते हो अगर आपकी इच्छा हो तो सब्सक्राइब मार देना बाकी सब बढ़िया है है रॉस जल्दी आ डेस्क पे जल्दी भाई जल्दी जल्दी डेस्क पे आओ जल्दी जल्दी सोने जाने का अपने को get exclusive in-game items with Prime literalmente taking efforts भाषा वापरते क्या मालूम vamos let me fast home सर खाने का मन है पर नहीं bad news Maestro is likely to miss the finals
Welcome back to VCT Lock-In. I'm here with Taco Lilla of Leviathan. Felicitaciones, mano. First question off the bat. Okay, you played out of your mind, right? You played probably one of the best performances we've ever seen on the international stage. And I imagine a player of your caliber, when you're feeling it, you just want to go, right? And you want to keep going. How do you balance between what you want to do and what the team is
love you all like करो stream को enjoy करो subscribe करो नहीं है तो